Let's play some Pathfinder, guys.
Okay.
Last time, I believe we just killed everyone in this dungeon. So
Yeah. Last time we won the game, so
Yeah.
victory lap.
Out the loot.
I think Emmanuel still needs to be in
Yeah.
the game, but
We cleaned all the giants off around the sphincter.
Yeah, so I think we were just leaving with all the loot in the dungeon.
And we did successfully complete extract Mama Bear mission.
I will now activate the tactical nuke that we left inside.
I think the
Is that what you did with Gogmurt's body? Just like Billikov?
Pretty sure you
Yes.
burnt Gogmer's body.
Yes, because
But how are we going to explore how much TNT can fit into a goblin without the body?
I prefer to boil the skin so it's a little bit more elasticized and just kind of stretch it around the TNT.
Did we teleport out?
Yeah.
So let me get to the question for the week, and then I'll get to the kind of summarize how you guys ended the last session. So the question this week is, what would your character sell their soul for?
I mean, does it have to be one thing, or do you want me to submit a list?
The biggest thing you would sell your soul for. Or the smallest, whichever one you prefer to start with.
Are you
kinda hungry.
specifying who I'm selling it to?
No.
Is rock and roll a legitimate answer?
Only if Pledrum has invented rock and roll.
He might. You don't know. He might invent death metal. Become the first bardic necromancer. Something like that would be awesome.
Well, I told you my backup idea when I was Amadeus to be come back as a lich bard.
I know. I was looking into the build for that out of curiosity one time, and it would have been amazing because it 100% checks out.
A Klondike bar is acceptable answer.
That joke from Dragon Ball Z Abridged. He tap. You know you've killed for less. This is a really hard one for Gork because he's very much like a content with how things are kind of guy.
I mean, you can just say nothing if you think your character.
Yeah, honestly, nothing really. Gork is very much like a in the now person. He doesn't have goals.
Yeah.
And I feel like Fix kind of already sold her soul to Saren Ray.
I mean, you're just being very dramatic at that point.
Fair. Fix will probably say.
Okay, let's phrase it this way for especially people like a Fix and stuff. In this context, selling your soul means damning your soul to eternal hell or sacrificing the your whole being for something. Not just Saren Ray being I devote myself.
I gotcha.
Fix could just sit on her hands and do nothing, and nothing would happen.
Yeah.
Would Fix sell her soul to bring her girlfriend back?
No.
At least she already came back once.
Manuel would sell his soul in order to continue living this golden life that he has.
I think Fix's answer would be nothing. She's too ardent against the being she'd sell her soul against, or two.
Gotcha.
Incorruptible morals.
So we just need one from Reesh and Pledrum.
Wait, what was Gorp's?
Nothing.
Yeah, he doesn't really think about goals too much. He's more of a doer. So it's hard to tempt someone that only thinks about things in the moment. Literally, he could just have a really itchy back, and that's what his primary concern is at the moment.
So you're saying a back scratcher at the right moment.
Yes, essentially. It's actually, when you really think about it objectively, it's actually a pretty zen way to live, I guess.
Butt scratcher.
Yeah, butt scratcher. I actually really like that joke.
Rish would be sorely tempted for anything that would increase her arcane power, but at the same time, her beliefs are kind of the souls are inviolate and shouldn't be traded or stolen. It's kind of was concerned about the whole demon in the dam thing. But then we went ahead and did it. So, no sense crying about that.
I mean, I didn't do anything. I was dead at the time.
Yeah, I don't know if Pledrum would actually do it for anything. He's very...
Again, nothing to say. Perfectly acceptable answer.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like it's nothing from Pledrum and Reach as well. So,
Sounds like Emmanuel's our only liability.
I mean, you knew this from the start.
Kinda. There was hope for him.
I feel like if you asked most people in real life, that'd be their answer.
Oh, I don't know.
I forgot you could tempt me with things I want.
I generally don't know about that, Michael. There's some people that I don't know. They want some dumb stuff and they don't care who gets hurt in the process.
Man, I'd sell my soul for a goddamn Pop-Tart right now.
Hey, Richard, what would you do if a Pop-Tart just poofed right in front onto your desk right now?
I'd just be like, thanks, Satan, and continue our game.
It's never addressed for the rest of your life. You just have to live on knowing.
Well, I'd be a little upset that I'm damned to hell, but at the same time, I'd be happy to know that there actually is afterlife.
Yeah.
I'm like, I guess it's a lose-win.
Wish I didn't accidentally sell my eternal soul for a
You're going to be
Pop-Tart.
the most positive person in hell.
Probably.
The awkward moment of, what are you in here for?
Pop-Tart.
Wait a second.
Oh man, you invented
But
the
isn't
Pop-Tart.
it
No
great
wonder you're
to
down
be
here.
not alive?
But anyway. A lot of the last session consisted of slaughtering of rocks, harpies, bears, oh my.
Mm-hmm.
You fought some giants, slaughtered many more with some well-placed spike growth.
But conscious the whole time. Don't listen to any of the rumors or the lies.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually decided to depart after rescuing Mama Bear. You heard, Afixa, you heard the voice in your head after you had escaped across the divide here, asking you to come to the Maidens of Minderhall, or the camp of the Maidens of Minderhall, which you piece together is probably the one that's the female-only camp. You were able to rest and recover your spells and uses and such. Going on in under the cover of an invisibility sphere, as well as riding on the spectral steeds. You got your way in, snuck into the main tent that's set up there, and began speaking to the woman whose name is Kona the Wise. She spoke of the fact that Mockmurian is not only a threat to the small folk of the lands, but she believes to the very safety of the giants themselves. Spoke a little bit of how he's gotten increasingly paranoid, as well as been using her to bring back key figures in his plans, where you kind of piece together that Nualia is back and smaller than ever. She spoke of how Mockmurian was originally from her tribe and then was chased out after he was found. He was practicing magic, which basically learning to read and letters and education is considered a taboo and blasphemous thing among stone giants. Though, if you're born with the magics, then you're just privileged.
Mhm.
And we kind of left off there. You've all kind of hunkered into this tent for now as you've kind of been communicating. Emmanuel, that one giant has not left your side, and it is very awkward.
Aw.
Do I get a feeling of how the little girls that thought Manuel was cute used to bother him, or do I get a feeling more like I'm not sure if my father's about to slit my throat because I fell off my riding snake?
More like hanging around a big Russian woman who all you could think of is she's probably thinking, "I will break you."
Oh,
Man. Everyone take a moment to picture some stuff mentally in that size difference.
oh God!
That was one of my favorite jokes from the Netflix show Disenchanted, when there was like a 2-foot tall elf person who lied and claimed like a 15-foot tall giant was his girlfriend, and they introduced like, "Everyone, brace yourself for the inevitable mental images."
At least it's not the other way around.
But yeah, before I can kind of continue whatever she was going to tell you, do you guys have any questions for her that like she says that she knows? I will say what else she can tell you right now, so you can kind of ask any questions further. She knows that Mockmarian has spent almost his entire time since he's built this fortress underground with on the second story below in a near an ancient library. She messaged you here and came out to here to meet with you, even though it was riskier than meeting you down below, as now it is going to be obscenely hard to get in, as whatever creature came out of the Black Tower they've been utilizing to ward the hole with like a force barrier over the top of it. And that your previous entry, Lamias that were down below had cast some spells that, from her piecing it together, were most likely used to block teleportation. So it seems like they're aware you're here, and she kind of speaks like, and he's had a feeling you would be coming now for a while. He knows a great deal about you all. He's been talking, or at least talking to himself from what I can gather, about you since you were in a village called Magnamar.
Yes.
We've kind of been a thorn in his side for a while now, apparently.
Yes, he's been telling anyone who's in charge of the giant to, if any small folk come around, to focus on their pet. I believe that was your snake.
What?
He's apparently has...
Laughs and goes, "Oh, good. I was almost insulted there for a second. Okay, carry on. Sorry."
Though some of you don't line up with the information I have, you were supposedly had a goblin and a a smaller small folk.
In the badly for them, yes.
Yes,
I look at Pledgerum and go, I mean, he's not easy on the eyes, but Goblin is a bit harsh.
But he hasn't spoke to me or many of us in a while now. He keeps whispering to himself and seemingly talking to himself, and he basically sends the Lamias to do his bidding, and if you wish to confront him, they were some of the things that will probably need to be dealt with before you can actually confront him, lest they try to provide backup and aid.
Is multiple? We deal with one in this Magnamar.
He came here originally with 7. I believe 2 remain here in the in Jorgenfist.
So in recap, he mumbles to himself a lot and tells everyone to destroy Juan at all costs. Is his first name Richard?
No.
After your snake, yes. Great coil, powerful, but specific?
He said something about spellcasters to beware of it, but I assume that's because it's dangerous. I don't know. From all accounts, she kind of motions over her head to the other one. Havara said she burned it alive under the dirt, so I assume it's taken care of, and we've reported as such.
Sounds like he's afraid of Juan, then. Of course, as a spellcaster, I suppose it's understandable.
So yeah, the thing in the tower, I believe, is the thing that's going to prevent you from infiltration. It is.
What type of thing is this creature?
It is hard to say. It is. I believe it is humanish, or it was at one point. It levitates and it seems to be tied up. It carries with it a large scroll that it uses to impart its magics on the times we do see it. And it is rather... We do not understand the language it speaks, but it is, from all accounts, very mad. It is equally likely to assist and kill anyone who requests aid from it, either whether it be from Akbarian's request or not.
Could deal with this first, or could try bypass. Cave entrance, probably unguarded if they think they seal it.
I'm not that knowledgeable in magic, but I might have a way to get us past that, wall of force over the hole. I think I might have a way to deal with that.
Okay.
But yeah, she's like, and then there's the next level that I reside in primarily. The only things you probably have to be on the lookout for there are the Lamias, as well as the dominated dragons. And in particular, he has an ally by the name of Loconseer. He is a highly powerful hill giant that seems to be the only person that Mockmurian confides in. But if you can get past them, most other threats down below should be relatively smooth sailing for you all. You dealt with the kobold and their ravenous nature.
What is down there, by the way? I mean, we've only able to see a little bit of it.
It's mostly there's some barracks and kitchen area. It's mostly used as a barracks and area and like cathedral-esque area for those he deems trustworthy or too stupid to betray him in some cases.
And that's where Macmurian is residing, in that hole?
He is in there below it. There's another level that he has not let many through.
Okay.
I do know that anytime someone does go down, he will know. I do not know how he will know, but he will know. And that's why I bring mention of the threats above, because if he knows, he can inform those above and they can follow in your tail.
And I think we did pretty well last assault. If we could hit some of their heavier hitters, it might weaken the resolve of those that's effectively left behind outside of the safeguards that he's enjoying.
And if you can get inside, I know even if someone sees you, most of the giants above here, they might breach the gates to try to attack you, but they won't go below. He's made it very clear anyone who goes below without his authority is to be killed. So you might have to watch out for some of those in charge of the camps out here. But those of the more mundane variety that just follow orders are not going to follow you all the way.
Kona, do you have any desire for revenge against him, given what happened to your husband? And your
Yeah, I assume you've come here to deal with him, which is why I reached out to you when I caught sight of you in the caves below. I can't act against him directly, as it is against our traditions, though betrayal from behind the scenes, well, it's technically not by the laws of our people, but what isn't seen isn't heard.
Sounds like dumb laws then.
I can provide you with what I can. I can give you the information I have, as well as any healing if I can do it without being noticed by Mockmurian, but
you wouldn't want to, and he glances at the other giant, but you wouldn't want to get physically involved.
No. My days of fighting are relatively behind me. I'm very aged, or very old, and I don't really have much fight in me beyond my spell casting, and that is only going to get me so far.
If fighting did begin, could you hold your tribe back?
The ones that are down below, if they attack you, I cannot get them to stop. They are very they're zealots for Mockmurian's cause. But
How many down below?
She thinks for a minute. There's only maybe a handful of stone giants. You dealt with Galanmir. He was the one that had the enchanted spear. Other than that, there was some stone giants. There are a couple ogres. There is a slag giant blacksmith who is making our weaponry. There's the hill giant I mentioned, Lokenseer. There's the Lamias. And there's the red dragons. And I believe there's a couple trolls, though I haven't seen them in a while.
Hmm.
And then beyond that, I don't know what is below. He might have defenses, or it might just be him down there.
So possibly best bet to bypass surface.
Though that is a risk if we manage to bypass it, we could be caught in between two forces if we don't do anything to dismantle the force that's up here.
Yes, he has spent a veritable fortune to prevent any teleportation within the caves. Those who try are usually met with not the best results if they're lucky.
What could you tell us about the other tribes? Are there any others who bear your sentiment toward him?
At the moment, the numbers that oppose him are rather few. The hill giants are the Blackfist tribe, they are very loyal to him. And since they have followed him, they have been led to riches of their own, and they are very ill likely to betray them. The two ogre clans that make up the one camp, known as the Red Shields and the Nightshade clan, they're loyal, but they're very stupid and are more likely to fight amongst themselves most of the time. We've actually had to send quite a few giants in there to break up fights between them.
The dragons, they're under the influence of some sort of enchantment, right?
Yes, the Vlamias have enchanted them in some way or another.
And I don't suppose you know that if I were able to break said enchantment, if they would be grateful or not.
They are red dragons, so grateful, I'm not sure if it's in their vocabulary, but their anger would probably be more directed at those who have enchanted them, I imagine.
It's a good idea. At the very least, chaos, if nothing else.
Well, how many are there's two of them?
Yes. From
okay,
what
so
she
if I
knows.
don't use any other 4th level spell, I can do it to both of them.
But yeah, she kind of thinks back on the giant tribes as you were like talking to her and everything, and the stone giants themselves are largely loyal to him, with the few exceptions. The maidens of Minderhall are here more for religious purposes, as you know, something this big of an event is warranted to see if it's worth devoting their beliefs to. Though the leader Halvaran doesn't seem to take it as a good thing. She has been trying to foster peace with the humans near her tribe as well as she can, anyway. At least not to the point of outright violence. And this is just going to kind of put a hinge in any of her plans. Halvar kind of
That's
nods.
the leader of the maidens?
Yeah, she's the one that's near you, Emmanuel. She's kind of just sat as you guys have talked, and every now and then, Emmanuel, when you look at her, she kind of pats her lap and like, come on. She's basically treating you almost like a dog. Come on, over here.
It's adorable. She starts throwing breadcrumbs, but to her it's just full loaves of bread.
Donkey's got a girlfriend.
It's probably one of the healthier relationships Emmanuel's had.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a fair point.
But yeah, that's pretty much all she knows about the loyalty of the giants.
I mean, your child elf Fey Lord father roofied you that one time, so I think it could only go uphill.
You don't even want to know what we did as children.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh, those poor cows. All right, continue. Sorry, Ricky.
No, you're fine. But that's all she would really have to inform you guys of the loyalties of the giants.
So what is your thought? We attack thing in tower, take down powerful ally, or try bypass, go through tunnels again?
Like, are you asking her, or are you
asking her and maybe the party if they want to chime in, but
I know they've positioned one of the giants near those or one of the dragons near the tunnels in case you do try to infiltrate from there again. The thing inside the tower, I don't know what it is, but I know it is deadly and it is dangerous. And if it does get it in its mind to go down after you, it'd be a bad thing to get caught between that and something else. But I don't know. It doesn't like to leave its tower very often.
Well, if we just go to the tunnel, we might be able to make a powerful, if not ally, at least pissed off.
You said the creature of the tower was the one putting those, basically, tattoos that enslaved the zealots, right?
Maybe. I'm not sure about that. Lochmurian has done something with them, and it might involve him. I know that he consults the thing in the tower every now and again.
I thought it was the Lamias doing the tattoos.
She's unsure of who's doing the tattoos. She just knows that if someone's being disciplined, they disappear for a couple days, and they come back with tattooed, and their mind is basically completely different.
So they put them in the military.
Yeah, like I said, our choices are to either try to assault the top side again, or Reach can try to burrow through with the staff.
Well, no offense to our giant who we're talking to here, this is the only character. I don't know if we should be discussing plans right now.
This is fair.
No offense to you, but we're just taking on your word that this isn't some sort of trap or something.
No, this is fair. I will inform you, though, before you go, that if you do choose to attack the top side, I can probably keep it clear of anyone other than the ones on the wall for maybe a couple hours.
That would be good.
But beyond that, I wouldn't really be able to do much help otherwise. And on that, she would actually hand a item to Fixa. This is a single-use stone of sending you can use to communicate with me if you need me to do anything for you of the like. But beyond that, it's going to be probably hard to contact me, as this is one of my few times I've been able to get out of the hole.
Okay, that is good to know. I guess in the meantime, as we start pushing forward, whatever happens, if somebody tries to rally the troops up here, is it possible for you just to kind of sow confusion, conflicting orders and the like?
I'm not usually the one that gives out the orders. I have a little bit of sway just because of my position as the tribe shaman.
Mm.
But the orders largely come from the Lamias at this point, especially now that you've taken care of quite a bit of the top brass.
Okay. Anybody else have anything, or do you think we should start planning our next step?
Next step, I suppose. I can't think of anything else to ask her.
Well,
I
Fix
got
will-
Do you know the exact layout of the entire fortress by heart, and can you draw it on a map for us?
I mean, the general location of the next level down would be good.
She goes, sure, and pulls out a 12-foot by 12-foot sheet of paper.
Wow,
She
this is a
can't
1-to-1 scale. Jesus.
She can't draw the map, but she can inform you that if you were to go down, if you see the Lamia's shrine, or if you see a bedding area for a group of giants, or you see the blacksmith, the entrance to the lower level is beyond those. So if you see the blacksmith or you see the shrine.
Cool. Now, can you put some arrows where the guards patrol?
No.
Like you can, or you just don't want to?
Out of character, she can't. No. She doesn't know. She doesn't know their patrol methods.
Damn it.
Man, we were so close to being able to Metal Gear Solid this.
Yeah, giving you a lot.
Can you mark all the ventilation shafts?
Mm-hmm. Boxes that would. Could you give us boxes that look like they would go down there?
No, we wouldn't use boxes. They would be like cardboard stones that we'd hide under.
Just paper mache rocks.
Yeah.
It's a good question. How do they get food down there?
They have some stores reserved, but they occasionally bring some into the keep, and those that are below take it down.
And is it graded up?
Not generally. They just take them in bags, and they'll take the bags back out when they're done.
The giant size bags.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a bag's a bag. It'll lay flat even if it's giant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've got an idea, guys, but we'll talk about it later.
But yeah, if there's no other questions, she would let you depart.
All right.
You would have to
Human,
figure out
kiss your
about getting
girlfriend's
invisible
feet,
again.
goodbye.
It was a pleasure to meet you both.
They say their pleasantries and let you depart, though. Do you have another access to another invisibility sphere to get out, or how are you doing that?
Can we just teleport out?
Yeah, we could. I mean,
It's up to you guys.
it's the
I'm
only
just
one I prepped for the
I mean,
day, but
if we still have the horses, could just go up and out because it is darkish, right?
Yeah, but you have to move your way through the camp, and the camp itself isn't exactly like you know that these two are trusting enough towards you, but you're unsure about the rest of them, and they don't really know about the rest either.
That's fair.
Bard, I mean, Bard has. Well, no, I guess they prep. Do they prep their spells?
No,
they
they have.
Wow.
their spontaneous casters. They
Yeah,
have
I was gonna say it's like sorcerer if he's got the slots. But it's been. Yeah.
Richard said we full rested equivalent, so
Yeah.
Oh yeah, then I would have another slot. I just wasn't sure.
Yep.
So yeah, easy enough. We get out.
Easy enough, yeah.
all right.
Not going to
so
make you roll, so you get back on the horses and you make your way out.
to add a character, my plan for bypassing the wall of force might not work as well as I thought. I have a item called a Ring of Force Fangs. However, it says this band negates any force spell or force-like ability targeting the wearer, so it might not work on a wall.
Yeah.
If it was like a ability that was moving me or something like that, it definitely would work. Or if someone tried to put a force cage on me, that would definitely work. So it's a gray area. I would like to say I could just lay on my hands and absorb the force spell, but it might not work like that.
I'm going to rule no.
Yeah, I did think so, but hopeful thinking.
Now, if it is wall of force, disintegrate negates it, which I've got two of memorized, but at the same time,
I don't remember Wall of Force lasting that long, but I guess if they're doing it as some kind of war,
it can be made permanent. But
Yeah,
can you
but-
damage a Wall of Force?
it's got like a damage
Yeah.
resistance of 30.
yeah, it's incredibly hard to do. We basically need to just fight and kill every giant that comes through the door while we're working on it. So either way, let's head back.
Which is why I think she mentioned the tower and the guy who creates it. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
it really depends. But then you also have other options to your disposal. So I'll let you guys discuss that amongst yourselves.
Oh,
Well,
sounds like
here's
the tower is the obvious option, right?
Sounds like I want to go back and talk to Mama Blackclaw before we do anything else. She was on the inside.
That's true.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, the two options I'm seeing to get back in are either take out the tower dude or go back through the spiral cave and use stone shape to get through the sealed thing, but both have their downsides.
I wouldn't mind going to talk to that dragon, trying to unenchant it and see if it'll just leave, and then we could go that route, which must still be viable viable option, or they wouldn't be guarding it. But did you say you have disintegrate, Kenneth?
Yeah, got 2 of them prepped.
Well, doesn't that destroy a wall of force?
Yeah.
So that is something that we can do.
Yeah.
All right, but here's my plan, and hear me out. We start with the ogre camp, and we kill all the ogres, and then we run away. And then we come back the next day, and we kill all the hill giants, and we slowly work our way up until they all run away scared.
I swear to God, if you do that, I'm making swarm tactics, and I'm just doing that instead of rolling.
You ever
just take
seen
the-
a swarm of ogres?
Goddamn damage.
I'm
I
open to
wouldn't
that
mind
idea,
the-
but I
The
think perhaps
ogres
if we
against
could,
each other.
or if we go for the heavier hitters, the leadership, at least out here, it might be enough to stop any sort of threat of those outside the walls.
Joking aside, we just need to get down and kill Mag Therida 1 and whatever the hell his name is. Cut off his head, pitch that over the wall, that'll take care of that.
I concur. I think the cave route sounds the best to me. Because if there's still a wall of force on the top of the butthole, none of the giants are going to come down into it.
Well, it sounds like they're not likely to come down anyways.
It depends on if there's like a password or something to lower it so people can enter. Which there'd probably have to be. If you block your only door.
Mm-hmm.
In which case, it's only going to trap us down there.
Nobody ever goes in. Nobody ever comes out.
Sometimes.
Probably
It's better.
giant though.
Although I feel like, for the sounds of it, we may want to try to take care of the Lamia or whoever else might try to come up from behind us as we're cutting through.
Thought the Lamias were down below.
They are.
What's the main giant we're fighting here's name again?
Mockmarian.
Mockmarian. Mockmarian's down there talking to the Lamia like, and they'll never guess the password is password.
It's guessed.
And
So
it
what
requires
happened?
letters and numbers. It's password 1.
Mm-hmm.
Password 1 exclamation point.
No, you see, it's all
Capitalize the
capital
P.
letters, so you have to say password. What?
Little did you know, I am a 13th level Earth Kinesis, so I can just Earth Glide, motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason.
I was gonna say new plan. You come back as a new character.
Yeah. That's pretty much the sole reason why in all the Pathfinder games I've ever thought about it, I've basically just kept saying banning Kineticists. Because Kineticists are fun, but if you play like an Earth Kinesis and get Earth Glide, you're like, cool, so you just complete everything. Oh, that dungeon, I just go down and around and come up in the boss room. Nothing can stop me.
Honestly, the only one I'd want to play of the Kineticist is the Knight.
Yeah, the Knight Kinesis one is fun. And I would say, since I'm going to be co-DMing with Richard, in Wrath of the Righteous. Because
I mean, you're gonna be so nutty in that anyway.
Yeah, you're
what
gonna
is
be so nutty
Kineticist
with
gonna be
those-
much better?
with those mythic abilities, you won't even notice, honestly, the difference.
We're mostly gonna be wrangling cats as you guys just knock everything over. and
Yeah,
just-
when there's one of the mythic passes champion, which is like the fightery one, when there's an ability that says hit them, and then if they fail this reflex save, you knock them back X number of miles. It's like, yeah. Just freaking knock someone out of the continent. Anyway, let's go talk to a big bear.
So you make your way back to Mama Blackclaw.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you travel back to where you had set up your camp, and you do not see a bear there. You just see a single woman lying on the ground unconscious.
Do we recognize the woman?
No.
Do I recognize the smell of the woman?
Yes.
Thought so.
Jeez, people, put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
That's in character, by the way.
I'm just gonna go over and sit down next to her. if she's unconscious and weak.
So he was crazy and thought his mother was a bear, but the bear is gone, and now this real mother has shown up.
Manuel.
Yes.
Gork's a werebear, right?
I thought he was a druid.
And this is a human woman, right?
Yes.
Thought so. So add that to your calculations there, Emmanuel.
It takes another probably like hour as you guys kind of get comfortable before the woman begins to stir. And she stirs and wakes up, and she kind of looks up and she sees you, Gork. She kind of smiles for a minute. She kind of gets up, and you all see this human woman wearing what looks like wolf furs and like leather armor-ish. Like pull up her foot, like her whole foot, and just scratch the back of her ear. And then she like looks down and sees that she's wearing clothes, and like looks at her hand, sees that it's a hand, and then looks at you all, and then does like a nervous sneeze, and all of a sudden, bear. And you all hear in common, you didn't see nothing.
I know, it's weird light, right? I'm still getting used to it as well.
Gork, who are your friends?
Okay, let me introduce these two legs. This is Pledrum. I've been traveling with him for a bit. He's a bit dandy, but he's all right. He's bear where it counts. This She-Gnome here.
Bard.
Yeah, I am.
This She-Gnome here. This is Afixa. She's died once. She's still not over it.
Fixer just kind of shrug and nod.
This she-lizard here. I forget her name often. Pretty certain she'll eat us if we die.
That's not enough.
This he-human is Emmanuel, whose mother beds many angels. He rides a snake.
Emmanuel Depardieu. To be
I punch him.
Damn it.
No, that one was just because of comedy. Anyway.
I think that's what Depardieu means in his language.
It means punch me?
Mother who beds many angels.
That's what it means in Druidic.
That is canon.
Oh my god. Could you imagine that back at every druid in Malthune when the Depardieu family comes to town? Like, do they know? Just don't. Just let them have it. I don't think they realize. Man, 500 years ago, some.
Do we lose Gamba?
No. Gamba just got.
I just cut off his internet connection.
Gamba just got censored.
I'm going to let him calm down for a minute from making fun of my character, and then I'll open his internet back up.
Ever more proof that Cope is just in the internet now.
He's a ghost within the machine. But
No,
it does sound like we actually did lose Gamba.
Goats.
Yeah, either that or his microphone has failed somehow, but I would think he'd be typing.
I'm going to remove him from call and then add him back.
Yeah, I had just lost the internet earlier, too. Seems like it's going around. I'm going to take a bio while we're out.
The internet has been pretty crappy recently.
I'll take a bio too while we're waiting.
Yeah, no worries. Don't mind me. I'm just looking at all my things I have to keep track of.
Mm-hmm.
We are playing Pathfinder.
Yeah, we're getting into that high-level spell casting stuff.
Mm-hmm. I know 2 uses of break enchantment. You're kidding. Which probably isn't even gonna fucking work.
I mean, it did before, I think. So.
Yeah. And if you save the +8 effect for it.
That's just always how it feels as a spellcaster.
Yeah.
But I'm not even primarily a spellcaster, so.
Mm-hmm.
Arcane duelist. Richard, and Kenneth, because I think Kenneth, you might know something about this. Soothing performance. I used it last time, but I was looking it over again. It says that you need to have been 4 rounds of continuous performance, though it doesn't say that like soothing performance is what you have to be playing. That's what I interpreted it as. So that playing the Inspire Courage.
Using this ability requires 4 rounds of continuous performance, and the target must be able to see the bar throughout the performance.
That's how it's meant to be read.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure you have to use it for the same ability 4 rounds.
Yeah, that's what I think I brought that up a while back, but must have got lost in the shuffle. That the way I'm reading it is it's a 4-round cast.
Yeah.
And takes 4 rounds of performance.
I think it's meant to be used like out of combat kind of thing.
Yeah, I guess it's weird because it could be talking about bardic performance or this performance in and of itself. But
the way I'm understanding,
I do think you guys are right. That it is.
And it seems like one of those you'd use dual performance with, but even then, or whatever that feat is that lets you use 2 performances for 3 rounds worth of rounds.
Mm-hmm.
Still no gumbo?
There we go. Sorry, for some reason my internet decided to go on coffee break for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, we figured.
Yeah,
Cope
I don't know why.
Cope was just tired of you making fun of his character, so he cut you off.
Yeah, I see how it is. I don't know why. I guess it's like a Comcast thing or something.
Probably
I don't know why it does it. Like they do like their internet refresh at like 7 p.m. Like when it happens to me at 1:30 in the morning, I kind of understand that because most normal people aren't up that late like I am. So I do understand that, but 7 p.m. like people are getting home from work and stuff. They would want to use the internet.
I was gonna say it makes sense on my end if it was actually my time where you are because it's like 5 o'clock right now. So resetting it before people get home at 5 makes sense. But you guys are at a different time zone, so
yeah. Anywho, I think that's everyone that I need to introduce besides his snake. But I am not going to introduce my adopted mother to Emmanuel's large snake.
One can only talk to Emmanuel, and one is in little statue form right now still.
That's right.
Yep. I believe everyone's back now. So yeah, when you introduce everybody, she's like, well, I am Black Claw. And like you can tell that like now that people have seen her outside of bear form, she's not having it.
Question: in her non-bear form, was she young, attractive?
She looked to be about like I would say 50s-ish. Not like hideous or anything. I actually had a picture I was gonna use for in mine, so I can just link that real quick. It'd probably be a little older than this picture, but this is the best one I could find.
And you'll try to figure out if he should be awkward or not.
Yeah.
So add a couple wrinkles to that.
Yeah.
Healthy outdoor living. She probably aged well.
Yep. Also, apparently being a bear does wonders for the skin.
I mean,
it's all that omega-3 that you get from all the salmon.
I know. It's just a lot of fish.
Cold rivers. They're great.
No, actually, her bear form is like, if you're a bear and you look at her, she looks wrinkly and disgusting. She's aged horribly. But that's because she spent all her time in bear form.
Yeah.
That's when she returns to human form.
Nice.
But yeah, as she kind of sits there and she's like, oh, this isn't working anymore. And she does actually just drop the bear. Like, so, hi. I still go by Black Claw, but yes, I am not fully bear, as much as it shames me.
I mean, we're both kind of like bear and something else or whatever.
I'm more bear than any of us here.
This is true. I mean, she kind of looks over at Gork and like points to Emmanuel, like, can you imagine this thing as a bear?
No.
Exactly.
Oh God! I just thought about it. I'm throwing up on my mouth a little.
I like to think of my totem animal as more of a snake or a unicorn.
You know, that is what I was going to say.
Oh God, he likes unicorns.
I was going
No,
to say you're
no.
definitely more of a snake man, Emmanuel.
You-
That's
wait,
something
you mean
about
those-
you.
I turned to Manuel. Wait, you mean those creepy ass horses that creep on virgins?
He's different, but not a matter at hand, yes? We can make fun of Emmanuel later. First, what know about inside of place?
Well, hold on. First things first. Papa One Ear is fine. He's grumpy, but he's living. He's still in the forest. I haven't been able to find fish fur or stump scratch yet.
Oh,
Is your whole family shifters? What do you like to be called? Understand you're not druids.
Bears.
yes.
Okay. Bears.
To elaborate, the others are full bears. I aren't exactly biologically their mother, but I raised them all. That was the best I could as a bear.
Yeah, two legs have weird family dynamics.
Did they take you to a city?
Is that what it was called? It was horrible.
Oh, they're so terrible.
I tried warning you.
And these ones keep talking about something about like depending on who your parents mated, that means you're in charge. That doesn't make any sense.
Oh, I probably should have taught you a little bit more about that. But anyway, yes, your siblings, I believe, are okay. Neither of them are here. One of them was taken on a hunting party, though I believe they came back and he escaped. The other I lost track of on our way here, and he was with a giant of some kind. But he was okay the last time I saw him, other than, being taken. I don't know where he went, but...
Well, after I turn this Mock Murray sucker inside out, I'll go find him.
Yeah, I heard people down below talking about him. Mostly the snake ladies.
Yeah, them. Don't worry, Mama. They mess with the bears, they get the claws.
Try not to get into sight of them too much. They do have the ability to take control of your mind, and it's not pleasant.
Well, good luck to them to that. It's the full moon tonight and tomorrow. I don't even have complete control of that madhouse. And then I punch a rock really hard.
Oh shit! I didn't even see that one coming for us.
Just a giant ass bird. Oh wait, nope, that's just a normal eagle.
Is there anything I could do to help? I'm not really much of a fighter anymore, but I have some magics to help you with what I can do. I can turn you into animals. If any of you are injured, I could heal you.
Anything to help protect our minds?
I don't. I can protect you from energy of some kind.
I mean, we're going against red dragons. That's not a bad thing.
If you need to get anywhere, I can transport you through some plants.
I'd like to try that.
Is there tree roots under this fort?
There's some. You can go like half a mile and get to trees.
No, I meant like because if we can
Under the
transfer
fort,
through plants, that means if there's roots popping out of the wall underneath this fort, then we could transfer to that.
Unfortunately, no. I also have the ability to speak to nature as well as not just plants, but also I can speak to stone. Know that a little bit.
Oh yeah, I forgot you could do that. It's weird. It's a one-sided conversation.
Yeah, they don't really like to talk about much. Prefer bears.
If Stone's no answer, would be good to know about thing Inspire.
Mm-hmm. I can cast these abilities while in the form of an animal. If we want to try to infiltrate, I can turn us all into birds.
We'd have to be able to get through the wall of force. They've
Narratively, by the way, the wall of force is right over the hole of the
butthole, yeah.
the butthole. The rest of the keep you can actually approach
Yeah.
without issues there.
It's officially just called the butthole.
Oh,
I mean, I'm the one that brought it up, so I can't really
Yep.
say anybody but myself.
I believe Gombo's recap for last session was we killed it, or no, Michael came on and said we killed everyone around the butthole last game. So
That was me.
that was you.
I said we cleared away all the giants from the edge of the sphincter.
Yep.
I don't know. I think we're gonna have to rewind the tape. So you said that.
Yep. Yes, that's right. I'm the Charmin Bear.
So to go ahead and let you know what she can cast out of narrative, she has the spell Animal Shapes, transport via plants. She has freedom of movement she can cast.
So she is a druid.
She is.
How do you think I learned Druidic?
She can cast protection from energy.
I didn't know you knew druid.
Does she have the communal version of that?
She does not.
Okay.
She has 2 casts of it, though.
Okay. Because I think that would be helpful. Again, we're going against dragons here.
And that and freedom of movement she can cast are both hour and a half time.
What about the animal shapes? Is that only a few individuals, or is that everybody?
She can cast it on, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, all of you, and it
Okay.
lasts for hours per level.
I mean, however we want to go in, it could be helpful to have
Those
that.
spell slots.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did kill everything of theirs that flew that we know of, other than these dragons.
And so I'm not sure what direction we're planning going. Are we planning going through that spider tunnel and just using stone shape to push through?
And if we do that, there's no sense in taking on animal form.
Well, it depends on what sort of forms. If we get stone shape, a very subtle opening where really only we could see and only access in that smaller critter form.
Like a mouse.
But then there's the issue of getting out if you have to get out.
Yes, that is also true.
Because she did inform you that they, at least in certain locations underground, they have some protection from teleportation.
Mm-hmm. Well, if we have a stone shape of our own, use it on the way out.
I say we start at the top and work our way down.
I'm
Just maul that tower and then work our way below.
I do like that idea. There's a lot of wickedness around here that I wouldn't mind purging.
And the tower particularly had an aura of evil, didn't it?
Mhm.
Yes.
And
also, since you guys have been closer to it now, if you'd like, you can go ahead and roll me a religion on the tower since you were able to get a closer look at it.
Go all of one rank.
Is this or knowledge in Pathfinder? You have to have one rank.
You have to have a
knowledge
rank
roll
in it, or it's a class skill. I think anything with an asterisk on the character sheet, you have to be trained in or have it as a class skill.
Mhm.
I'm trying to remember what the rules were for, because my familiar is supposed to have knowledge religion based off the chosen
They have
one.
your rank. They have your ranks.
Let's see, chosen one paladin.
Basically acts like a emissary familiar.
Doesn't gain the religion as a class skill.
Yeah.
Number of ranks equal to your paladin level. So what's your paladin level?
11.
Okay, so 11 plus its intelligence modifier.
So for Felix,
Yes.
2. So I get to roll knowledge
Plus
at plus 13. 25. That's much better.
So yeah, as you're talking about the tower and everything, he kind of like in his cat form kind of looks over your shoulder. I saw some iconography that is a little weird on that tower. It was a peacock.
What does that mean?
I believe there used to be people who worshipped peacocks long time ago. From what I don't know why I would know it too much, but I believe like this is not out of character thing. I believe dragons have some similar to how like genetic memory kind of thing,
Mhm.
where they're born knowing a certain amount. That or he's heard stories about it or something about how there were some men many generations ago that worshipped a peacock spirit. That maybe this is like some kind of old religion based off of these Thessalonians that keep seeming to pop up.
Are you telling me that peacocks are born knowing what their parents knew?
Dragons.
Dragons.
Okay, that makes more sense.
We were this close to rocking Cope's world.
How do they study that?
I mean, that'd be pretty amazing.
And then we lose Cope because he's going down YouTube rabbit holes. And
Hey, look, man, the fact that butterflies remember shit that happened when they were caterpillars, fucking anything's possible in nature, dude. That still fucking baffles my mind.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
They turn into goddamn jelly. How do they remember shit?
Yeah.
Because humans are under the false impression that we can understand everything in the universe.
But peacocks can.
Even if we can't.
Well,
we're
Gombo,
definitely gonna
I would
try.
hope we could at least aspire to understand fucking caterpillars.
We don't know how bumblebees fly, man. They just do.
Fucking magnets, man. How do they work? Miracles.
I
They
mean,
fly
if
with
you
their
boil,
wings, dumbass.
if you no, they say the wings, despite how fast they beat them, they're too small and they don't generate enough lift to lift their bulbous bodies, yet they fly anyway, and they haven't been able to figure that out.
And what is
That would be
Bluetooth?
funny.
Dude, spiders are able to stick to walls by altering how gravity affects them. I don't know how they do that either. If you boil anything in science down far enough, it basically just becomes, oh, it does.
Yes, we're all
That's how-
idiots. I
Because
think
that's
we're in
how
the game,
God
though.
made it.
Yeah, exactly.
So what y'all want to do?
I think we're going to the tower. That's at least what it sounded
Yeah.
like to me.
Oh, wow. We're going tower first?
We're going to the Tower of Power.
See, if things are about to kick off, keep close. I want to try to give us all a little bit of divine power to try to take it down.
It's a good idea.
Divine power.
So do you want to utilize her as a animal shaping to get you there?
Yeah.
If you can cover all of us, sure.
Yeah, she can do it one person per level, and that'll easily cover all of you.
Turning into a bird, I sure hope my body weight doesn't crush my hollow bones.
If we're
So we
turning
each got to
into
turn into a
birds,
different animal so we can become like the children's TV show version of our party.
I call Peacock.
Should we throw on any protective magics now before we go?
Let me see. I'll probably.
Do we have any more stone skin potions?
Tell me what time frame we're talking with last,
bark skin.
Richard. Are we
Cool.
talking minutes per level, or are we talking like 10 minutes?
Minutes per level, you'd probably want to wait till there. If you have 10 minute or minute per level or higher than that, that'll be easy enough.
Okay, so not mirror images.
Because you still have to fly there and everything, and then you'll have
Yeah.
to get out of the animal forms. Because I don't think any of you have the natural spell feat. So
Cool. I'm just ready to go then.
I'll
Okay.
make sure I'm holding one of those bark skin potions because I believe I used the other one last time we invaded. I'm not drinking it yet because just in case, but I'll just edit it because I believe we had 2 before and then I used 1 on the last assault, so this should be our second one.
yeah, she does have a use of freedom of movement and 2 protection from energies if anyone wants them.
I mean, I'll take a freedom of the movement so I don't get locked down.
I'll take a protection of energy.
Fire, or do you want anything
Yeah.
else?
No, it sounds like Red Dragon, so fire.
Okay, so go ahead and write it down. It'll last for an hour and a half, so just write it on something so you know.
All right.
Do y'all, should I put up? I thought we weren't going after the dragon.
Well,
Just
you
in
might
case.
later after this, but you don't know.
I mean, she's spending her spells and they're not coming with us. It's worth it.
Yeah, totally.
yeah, like
If this is
she's
gonna
not
be-
willing to go in again and get possibly mind wiped.
Oh
So
yeah,
this
I
sounds like an
Gork wouldn't
undead
want her
thing.
to. Gork wouldn't want her to.
What kind of energy is an undead thing gonna most likely?
Negative.
Can't
And-
protect from negative, I don't think.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Manfred's not in our party, so I don't have like 15 ways to protect against negative energy.
Man, all the times that you healing wanded him, for God's sake.
I still loved it every time it happened.
I
That's why
almost
when I
did it
become a
every time.
vampire and got fast healing 17 or whatever, I'm like, no, you stay away. I'll just stand here for 1 full minute and be fine.
But yeah, when she's casting these, she's gonna like look at you at you, Gork, and be like, after I do this, I'm gonna return to the forest and check on Papa Bear, and but I will be back here tomorrow to see if you need any assistance. I'll probably return, and she like points at the nearest tree line. I'll probably appear back over there.
Right. When I left, everything should be okay. We reduced the ogre population. They didn't flood the valley.
Are we finally done with those damn ogres?
For now.
They're
Clear-
worse than the Fae.
You're telling me. Cleared out the lair, their lair, and I left them a message, assuming they can read.
They can read turds.
Hey, high five, my mom.
I'm gonna put that on 1 just because I've never used it before, and I'm going through my spells, going like, what can I use? And you said
Okay.
10 notes per level would be fine.
Yeah. You'll be able to get there and still have plenty of use of it.
Okay.
Real quick, the protection of energy. What is their caster level? Just so I know how many points.
Yes, caster level is 9th.
9th. Okay, so 90. Okay.
That's why I was saying hour and a half is the duration and all that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
But yeah, freedom of movement on Gork, protection of energy on Fixa, and if no one else calls for it, she'll probably just put it on Gork.
And I'll go ahead and put on Longstrider, Bark Skin, and Greater Magic Fang, like I always do.
All good. And then she turns you into, I'll just say, a bunch of eagles.
It's a little conspicuous. I really wanted Peacock.
Yes, that's totally not conspicuous.
Turn him into a game hen.
Try to fly as a chicken, motherfucker.
Guys, slow down. Guys, I can't keep up.
And all that's coming out is
And then his snake eats him.
but you fly over.
Hey,
No need for
that's-
stealth, as right now you are birds.
That's how you deal with the Juan problem, Richard. Don't target Juan. Turn Emmanuel into a big mouse, and then it'll sort itself out.
But yeah, you turn into birds and make your way over to the Black Tower. No need for stealth, as you are birds. And yeah, the inside of the ring is fairly empty. There's a couple stone giants just kind of twiddling their thumbs. But most of them are on the tower looking outward. The giants that are inside are mostly just kind of sitting there. Like they look like they're playing a game with rocks between the two of them. But though you do notice in the
corpses.
You do notice in the center of the butthole, one of the harpy corpses is just being is left on top of where you can see the barrier. You can kind of imagine they're using the body as a check to see if the barrier is still active.
Oh, that's pretty inventive for a bunch of dumb giants. And by that I mean screech.
But yeah, the stone giants are both kind of congregating next to this house. So good news is if you get behind the mammoth shed that they have, you could probably get into the Black Tower without them seeing you. You will have to roll stealth on the tower giants.
Do we get bonuses for bird form?
Well, you have to get out of the bird form to get into the tower. So the door's
And
not
the lack
open,
of opposable thumbs.
There's no windows or anything like that anywhere out
there
there.
is just a single door.
Okay.
The good news is I will say like they're looking outward, so they'll have a -4 on their perception because they're looking for threats from the outward, and they figure, if we have to worry about the inside, there's probably that barrier that will notice, a corpse falling into the pit.
Can I roll perception to
Especially
find a doggy
notice
door?
when
There is no doggy door.
Could you
Especially
imagine
notice.
in your house walking around, rounding a corner, and you see 5 eagles cramming through a doggy door to get to your house? I mean, those things are like 4 feet high. I'd be like, "Hey guys, what's going on?" And then they'd murder me because I can't take 5 eagles.
Oh, sure, but you could take 5 ducks.
I could take 5 ducks, but eagles are like 4 to 5 feet tall, sitting down. I probably couldn't kill one.
Plus
we
those
should have been
talons.
crows. If we had changed into crows, we would have figured this whole thing out on the way over here.
Probably.
Damn it.
Why do you think I turned you into birds?
Are you gonna play Tengu?
All right, I'll roll me stealth. Oh wow, I'm amazed how good that actually came out for how bad my stealth is. I rolled a 16. What the hell's your problem, Manuel?
Yeah, if I'm the lowest, I'm gonna re-roll. I rolled a 4.
Yeah,
Did we
internet's
get
being,
everybody, or are we missing somebody?
I think we're still missing Pledrum.
yeah, internet's being
Oh,
really.
there it is.
Oof. Yeah, I'll re-roll. I don't want to be the loud guy.
So thanks to that re-roll, you
Thanks
are
to that
able to
roll
sneak
the
in.
loud guy isn't so loud.
Yep, you're able to sneak within the tower. I will go ahead and bring you to a map.
All I can imagine on that reroll is a giant goes, what was that? And then doesn't see anything. Goes, I guess it was nothing.
I guess it was nothing.
So to give you the flavor text, as you're approaching, the tower isn't like the others as they compose the fort. Obviously, the architectural style is far more intricate and ancient in appearance. Similar to many other monuments that dot the landscape. It's made of black stone decorated with gargoyles, and you see carvings of peacocks on the outside of it that have worn to time, but it's still clearly a peacock with the way that its tail fans out. Inside this tower, you see this rather empty, and like as you come in, like your feet kind of just echo in the chambers. There's a single trapdoor metal latch on the center of the room. And as you come in, as you open the door, you notice that there is just it's cold. And inside the room here is noticeably colder. and it is you see the trap door on the floor there in the center. It has a small layer of frost surrounding it.
I'm just gonna turn into my werebear form. It doesn't change my size. It's just the middle one, preemptively, just in case we get jumped. Gives me a little extra. I can adjust my token and everything like that. I was just letting it be known.
All good.
Yeah, are we rolling for initiative or are we?
At the moment, no, because it's not really a big enough room to really have to explore on initiative.
Yeah, we can kind of see all of it.
I am ahead and pop a mirror image from my wand.
So that'll be a 1d4 plus 1.
Yep.
Nice.
Ooh, not what
Fix will go ahead and throw Iron Skin and Blessed Weapon on herself.
Gotcha.
Do we have any type of protection from evil?
Actually, Felix could cast it 3 times.
Helpful little bug.
Who wants it?
Well,
I believe you don't get the AC bonus anymore because it doesn't stack with what you already have, but you still get the mental protections and such.
Well, I would save it for out of character. Can't you, if someone gets controlled, can you cast it on them to make it go away?
No, they get another save against it, and if they succeed, then it is suppressed. But if not, then it has no effect. So it's best to put it on before.
Gotcha.
Let's see. My will save is 10.
Mine is 16.
Mine
I think the most dangerous 3 would be Juan, Afixa, and Gort.
I'm just going to move Juan over here because that's the size if you bring him out.
Well, okay, we'll throw one on Juan.
If that's the size of the trap door, he might have trouble.
Yeah, he cannot fit in the trapdoor.
Well, no, I haven't popped him out yet. I don't want anyone to see him yet.
Yeah, he's still in his little figure.
I just have him on the token there, so when we do need him, he's
Gotcha.
there.
I don't like it. It's too quiet.
Yeah, it is unnaturally quiet.
I'm gonna perception, see if there's anyone lying in wait, invisibility, or traps, or any of that
Yeah, perception.
danger sense. Activate. Also, if there's anything interesting in the stonework, I get a +2.
Nice mural.
I'll be detecting magic.
Does detect magic detect invisible things?
No.
If it's magical invisibility.
Really?
Yeah, if you cast invisibility on yourself, you can detect the magic of invisibility.
Wow, that's weirdly a loophole.
It detects the aura. It doesn't tell you exactly where it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
so, you can focus on it for a few, 3 rounds, and you'll know the exact location of the invisible target, but it's still a miss chance of 50%.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Pharaoh, Horus, Elder.
That's the cat.
Yeah. I realize he has a +12 perception compared to Fix's 0.
1.
I love the name, and it is Felix the First.
He did say upon meeting that he had multiple names. It was challenged to come up with 5. So there you are.
Yep.
Love it.
So yeah, looking around, the room itself is unnaturally cold. There is as you get a more focus on it, the entire room has a slight frost to the ground and everything. And when I say cold, this is considered severe cold in terms of game terms. So
All
For every
right.
10 minutes you spend in here, you have to roll basically fortitude.
I
All
am
right.
covered in fur.
I'm going to give us communal
except for
protection from cold.
Okay, I was gonna say, luckily, we should all still have cold weather outfits.
And that protection from cold will definitely negate that cold chill a little bit, but you don't really see anything on this level that really signifies anything. It looks like this level is mostly was at one point ornamental, but anything that was here has either worn to time or just been taken out.
Well, we know something here. His door. Should check.
After you.
Feel like that bad idea.
Fix will go ahead and check. Do you say this?
Yeah.
Trapdoor? Yeah.
I'm not
What?
made of glass either, so I'll step up with you.
Let's go.
So are you opening the door?
Do you say it was a sealed door, or could I see through it?
You can't see through it. That's just the
Okay.
design of the token I had to get
Oh,
to
okay,
put on
okay,
there.
I gotcha.
Because they made the map, but they forgot to actually put the trap door on it.
Yeah, Fix will try to stealthily peek it open, just enough to peer through.
So yeah, you kind of pull it. It is a fairly heavy door, but it's able to swing open a little bit as you give a slight tug. It isn't quiet, so even with the stealth, it does make a noise. Like you're doing it enough to where you kind of prevent most of the noise, but it is old and the hinges have not been taken care of.
Gotcha.
But you do look down into it, and you see a shaft that you have a lot of dark vision, so you can see all the way to the bottom. It is about a 50-foot drop, and it opens up into a circular crypt.
Fix would look back and quietly relay all that info.
Yeah, and as you open, like you all kind of feel this gust of cold wind that kind of comes out from below.
Manuel pulls out a rope.
I look up because this is a tower and this is just the ground floor.
The tower here is a completely hollow tower, but as you go up, it looks like there was at one point a chandelier that probably dangled down here, but all you can see is the remains of an old rusted chain.
I don't know how two legs build buildings, but this feels wasteful.
Is there a ladder going down, or was it just a drop?
Probably
It's just
trying
a
to
drop.
compensate for something.
So are we going in then?
Didn't come all this way just to stand in this room.
All right.
Yep, I've got this rope. Why don't we tie it off and shimmy down?
Yeah, I will say it's probably easy enough to tie it off. This like stairway up here, it would have like the lattice work handrails.
Mm-hmm.
This place is at one point was probably very intricate, but over just time, it's now just looks kind of more ruined than anything.
All right.
Is the opening narrow enough where I wouldn't be able to fly using angelic aspect?
No, you'd be able to fly.
Okay.
It's comfortable enough for a medium creature to go in and out of there without having to squeeze.
So she'll go ahead and cast angelic aspect on herself and have the ability to fly.
Let me reveal
If you want
area.
to, if you want to fly down first, I can levitate down behind you, and that way, if something's bad and we need to scoot back up real fast, we're not dangling on a rope.
Sounds like a good idea.
I went ahead and revealed the area for you,
Okay.
so that you can see what you're going down into. So, who's going down first?
Fix will be the first.
And you're flying down, you said?
Yeah.
So yeah, as you're like flying down, I imagine it's like one of those like slow, just straight down descend kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
You're looking around, and this entire, it's like a crypt mausoleum-esque thing. It is blistering cold. Thanks to your spell that's been cast on you, you don't suffer the ill effects of it. But you see, the 8 sarcophagi just lining the walls, all decorated in different like mannerisms. all with kind of like pharaoh-esque with the arms crossed and holding a scroll and a staff in each hand.
Fix
Just
would,
that's like the depiction on the actual outside of the sarcophagi.
Fix would kind of spin in place using detect evil to kind of almost do a radar sweep
Ping.
from the center of the room.
Emmanuel's going to do the same with detect magic.
Well, go ahead and position yourselves where you're going to be down there as you're going. Whoever's going in first, so I know where you're going.
We're both kind of floating down together, or one
Yeah.
after the other. Do you want us both in there?
Yeah, go ahead and put yourselves both in there because that means you're beyond the first level where you're actually inside the chamber.
Yep.
Because the other people so far, I don't think have come in. But
Yeah, I'll
I
why
set up
don't we have a
a-
second to fix the token?
I'll probably be down there in the moment. But
But yeah, sweeping around the evil, you detect evil in this sarcophagi here.
Bring them all down.
Fix would signal to Emmanuel and then kind of point at that sarcophagus and kind of.
The two of you, can you roll me a perception check as you're going down?
Could it be both me and Felix, or just
Just
Fix?
you.
Okay.
That's a
So
day.
yeah, you're fine to continue.
Okay. Would
So what are
gesture
the rest?
to
What are the rest of you doing?
I'm observing from up top for a little bit longer.
now I'm gonna start climbing down the rope. I should wait, but I'm impatient, so I'm gonna go down. Um,
does Rish have bonded mind still?
Yeah.
Okay, so
You're
Fix would
like
use
the
that.
only person that
Yeah.
I have it with, but
So Fix would look up and communicate what she sees down here, and that there's at least one aura of evil on one of the sarcophagi.
big hairy dwarf bear climbing down this rope.
Let's go ahead and move you to that layer so we know that you're down that way.
Yep, probably not super fast, but that's where I'm going.
The intensity of the aura from within the sarcophagus, is it similar to
It's
Like
fairly evil.
fairly evil, but not
Yeah.
like whoa, that's a major force on the other side?
No, it is positively brimming with evil.
Okay.
Pledgum is going to go ahead and start to head down after.
it's at least 3,400 millisatans.
I actually prefer to use the levee for my measurement.
Yeah, but that's just the millisatan without the prefix.
The metric levee.
Yeah, I use Mussolini's myself.
I use midichlorians.
So, Pledrum, this will probably be as you're climbing down, since Gork, you make a lot of noise. Go ahead and roll me a perception, Gork.
Sure. Whoop! I scrolled past it. Like a,
By the way, did I detect any magic while I was scanning around?
Yes, from the same sarcophagi.
Okay.
Nope, Gork doesn't notice anything either. So the thing continues. Pledrum makes his way down, I imagine.
Yep. If you want me to roll perception, I'm just going to tell you I can't succeed if Gorks doesn't.
Yeah, that's fine. I know Pledrum's perception. You guys can position yourselves however you wish.
someone's about to lock us in the freezer, aren't they?
And I think we're in an illusion.
It's possible.
This is where
So-
Reach feels their true motives.
Kick the rope down.
Well, good. How
Fix
high
just
are
looks at the rope and looks up flat.
That's when Rish pulls off the lizard mask.
And the weird thing,
I finally got you kids and your mangy snake.
Yeah.
how high are you flying a Fixa and Emmanuel?
How big
Fix
the room?
would be basically just below ceiling level.
So it goes about 50 feet up, so you can be 50 feet up if you like.
Yeah, okay.
Emmanuel, are you doing the same?
He'd be about 30 feet up. Make it really complicated.
No, that's fine. Because you all begin to hear it now. So no surprise rounds for anybody. As you just hear out of the sarcophagi, the green light, the green light, the green light. As bursting forward,
I hate red light, green light.
go ahead and I'll link the image of what this thing looks like.
Man, if this was a modern world, I would punch it and say means go.
Mm-hmm.
As that is what it looks like. So now we will do some initiative.
Oh, thank God. I was worried it was something else.
I was worried it was a vampire.
No, I was recently listening to some Pathfinder lore on the nation of Nadal, which is the one that worships Zon-Kuthon. And whew, I'll find a picture for you guys of a lovely canonical monster called a joyful thing.
Well, that just sounds downright pleasant.
Where is it?
Let's see, fix it. Manual Pledrum Gork. Okay, everyone is in the initiative. Let me turn on some battle music.
Yes, fight.
As he steps forward, he's like, "Yes, the green light protects all." And he is going to look up at you towards angling towards Emmanuel, as he's going to cast his breath of death. So I need fortitude saves from all of you, except for Affixit because you're too high up.
And I would be too high up as well,
Yes.
since I'm still a floor above.
35. And if it has,
You're
anything-
both fine.
Okay, I was gonna say because I get +1 against exhausted, fatigue, and stagger
Did you
conditions.
one for me, Richard? I didn't see the.
Yeah, you need a fortitude as well.
All right. Ooh.
Okay, so you fail. So you take 4 negative levels,
Oh, holy fuck.
and he gets that back in 4 rounds. So good news.
Oh. Michael, because Juan had negative levels for 4 months. If you go into conditions, they're right there, and you can just put in a number, and it'll calculate it all on your sheet.
So that's his first turn.
Is it drained right there?
Yeah.
Or,
Let me go to your sheet real quick.
so I just put 4.
Yeah.
Okay,
Energy drain 4.
there we go. Okay, wow.
All right.
Christ.
Fix is going to hit it with a smite and then charge.
Oh, the smite doesn't work.
Whoa.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, I'm like, what? I'm confused now. All right. Then,
I believe though on your turn. Wait, no, this is a gaze effect, so never mind. Actually, no, that means roll me a fortitude save because this you look towards it when you smite it.
That's got to be really defeating to have a 34, 35, and a 42 rolled on fortitude saves.
Oh no, he's fine.
Paladins saves are what we do.
Yeah, since 1962.
And then, she'll charge and go for the hit. +2 to the attack roll. Let me make sure I have power attack selected. There we go.
That'll miss.
38 would miss.
38 would miss.
Oof. Okay.
You guys failed the perceptions of him buffing up in the sarcophagus.
Makes sense.
Gotcha. Yeah. All right. That's her turn.
Emmanuel.
Is this a greater monstrous humanoid?
Pretty sure it's undead.
You're pretty sure it's undead, so maybe. Emmanuel, are you turning your gaze away?
No, I'd be looking at it.
Okay, so fortitude save.
Oh God, don't look at it.
You're fine.
There's some kind of gaze. The green eyes.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
So, is there a knowledge check I could do to know if that arrow would work against it? Is undead separate from monstrous humanoid?
Yes, it's
Yes.
separate.
Okay.
You would know enough that it won't work against this thing.
Gotcha. All right. Yep, gonna float down over here and put Juan down.
Richard's been trying all this time, and you just go ahead and do it casually.
Mhm. So I wasn't able to find a picture of a joyous thing, but it's a worshiper of Zancuthon that ritually has their arms, legs, ears, nose, and all unnecessary organs removed, and they're just basically a bloated, horrible torso with a saliva-y tongue wrapped in spiked chains, and they consider that a blessed way to be. I don't know why people worship Zancuthon, man. Like, like I can kind of see the argument for Asmodeus, but like when even Chilaxians, who are like freaking devil Nazis, are looking to these people and saying, "Hey, man, that's a bit harsh."
Wait, are you able to make a full action after you summon it?
That's a good question.
I
Reading
think
it
we
right
ruled
now.
that it took his action to be.
It took his action to summon one, but yeah, I think you can still
It
have
takes
one
my
take its
action to summon him up.
Okay. Well, it
But
doesn't
this-
matter anyway because those all miss. So-
Okay.
And then he is going to swing around to Fixa, lock eyes with Juan, and cast Dominate Animal. Roll me a will save.
Was Juan one that we put protection from evil on?
Nope, because he was still a statue.
Oh,
Put
that's
it
right.
on me.
That's fair.
Don't
Oh,
worry.
he managed to resist, so
I mean, he didn't. You didn't even roll Juan's spell resistance either.
yeah, that's true. So it doesn't matter anyway. Reesh. Also,
Well-
make Juan roll me a fortitude save for the staring at this thing.
Well, I've been waiting to try this new toy out. Well, not really a new toy, but the fact that it won't affect my allies is new.
Wow.
So I'll just cast that at the middle.
I could imagine Fix looks around, sees the familiar energy coalescing, like, oh no.
That'll hit most of the room. And given that he's a boss, I'm not expecting it to work too well, but hey, upcast. So that,
What save is it?
it isn't a save, it's a grapple check, and I doubt a 21 will do it.
Okay. 21 will not, no. So he is free to move within.
Mm-hmm.
But it is Pledrum's turn.
Rolled a 2.
All right, so swift action, bardic performance, doing an inspired courage for everyone. So go ahead and click that off. I am going to be severely limited in combat now, I suspect.
Good old undead.
Well, you've got a lot of spells to or support.
Or you can chuck stuff at him.
What happens when undead do fortitude saves? Do they just not do them?
They're usually immune to most things that are fortitude based.
Okay.
The few things that they aren't immune to, it becomes a constitution or
A charisma check.
charisma check. Yeah.
Yeah, they still have a fortitude to roll. It's just they're immune to a lot of things that require fortitude saves.
Mhm.
All right.
Confusingly worded, but that's how it is. Yeah.
Yeah, they're treated as objects, right?
Essentially.
Sometimes.
So yeah, we are going to inspire courage and throw. No, we're gonna run over here. And What is blistering performance? I think it's a reflex. It's the only thing I can really think of to do. So, blistering invective.
That is a reflex for partial.
Let's say DC 19.
I mean, there's a fairly good chance he can pass this. Let me see, where is it? So many things.
Yeah. I would say I wouldn't really be able to see the room, but you said ceiling's 50 foot high, so
Yeah.
it's a 50-foot drop. So
It is dark down there, but
yeah, but I made 60-foot dark vision permanent on me. So
oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then I do the intimidate to demoralize.
I'm pretty sure undead are immune to that.
Yeah.
Are they?
Undead are immune to demoralize.
Yep. Even the ones with minds. It's just they can't be spooked.
Strange, but all right.
Yeah, it's a defense I used for Manfred a lot, to be fair.
And goes
Okay.
to Gork.
So just to clarify, Fixa, you didn't do your group smite thing, did you?
No, everybody was too scattered out to get a use out of it.
Gotcha. So I'll just have to do this the old-fashioned way. I am going to charge. So this claw attack will be +2 to whatever the result is, and that'll then lower my AC by 2, if I remember correctly.
Go for it.
Oh, that shouldn't have been a full attack. Just look at the top one.
The top one will hit.
Awesome. So that's 22 slashing damage. It is magical, silver, and cold iron, if any of that matters.
It does seem to resist a little bit of it, but not all of it.
Okay, so that means...
For lack of a better term, DR probably 5.
So it's probably DR good then if cold iron, magic, and silver don't bypass.
Something.
But still, on the board. And then
On
I
the
assume you
board.
want me to do a fortitude save?
Yes. Probably you should have done that before the attack, but
Well, we'll see. If we can always rewind time.
Speaking of, one for Pledrum as well. You're fine.
Thought so. Thank you.
Oh yay! I get to fail another one of these.
That's
Yeah.
right. Also,
Forward
just in case,
level.
I'm guessing the 35 grab fails.
Yes.
Well, after
Gotcha.
it affected you once, Pledrum, would you be looking at him anymore since you're not casting on him?
Well, he cast Blistering Invective, so. Okay, so you failed against this. You were affected by his gaze of despair and are paralyzed for 4 rounds. I swear this wasn't going to try to be shit on Michael Day.
yeah.
I mean,
Does he have lingering performance? Like, will we still
does-
be affected by
he
Bardic?
does not.
I don't have lingering performance. No.
So would we lose that buff then?
You would lose it after this round. So in my next
After
turn,
this round? Okay.
you would lose it, but you have it
Okay.
until.
Its turn. It is going to flurry Afixa. And let's see, how many stunning strikes does it have? It's going to use it on the first 2.
Okay.
So if either of those hit, it'll try to stun you. It's natural 19, so it doesn't hit either way, I think, even with your, because
Nope.
of your souped up AC.
Yeah.
But that 33 is a natural 20, so that one will hit, but it won't be a stun.
Okay.
So that
does
one
it
will
confirm?
be. Let me roll just a flat d20 because it needs a natural 20 to confirm. Nope.
Alright.
So you will
21.
take 21 points of damage, and I need you to also roll me a will save.
Didn't you say? Oh, so this isn't.
This isn't the
this isn't
stunning.
fun. Okay.
This is another fun thing.
All right. You said will save?
No, fortitude.
Fortitude. Okay.
You are fine. You do not contract whatever he was trying to touch you with.
Good old mummy rot.
Although I think I'm immune to disease.
Well, he doesn't know that.
That's why the
Also,
bard dipped paladin.
some paladins are some paladins, if I remember correctly, a magical disease I think functions differently. I could be wrong.
Yeah, it doesn't matter either way because
Yep.
it is now Fix's turn. If you still wish to look at it, I think you still have to make that save. I don't. Oh, it's a fear effect, so you're immune to it anyway.
Oh, okay, perfect. Let me see. And anybody close to me, I believe, gets a +4 to those saves then.
Mm-hmm.
I'll see what the order. Okay. She'll 5-foot flap here. Does this count as flanking or no?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
And then full attack.
Miss, hit, and hit.
And it auto confirms criticals.
Gotcha. Yeah, that hurts.
Because we have confirmed again that undead are affected by critical hits.
Actually, hold on, let me see if this one gets double the smite at first.
Also, I'm pretty sure in your angelic aspect, your attacks are good aligned. Oh, plus that in your smite for any DR.
Yeah. And okay, so it is an undead creature?
Yeah.
Then it would take an additional 11 points of damage for that first smite that landed.
Gotcha. Then it is Emmanuel's turn.
All right. I've been racking my spell list for anything that'll help because I don't think I can hit this guy. But Juan will step up and her 5-foot step and try and hit, taking power attack off. And he is going to go ahead and smite as well. And would he be flanking since we're got 3 surrounding this guy?
Yeah, that's fine.
And has anyone hit this guy?
Tiggs has, and Gork.
And you've got Blood for the Empire. All right, so that's up. All right, here we go, baby. That's a lot of bonuses. Miss.
Miss and miss, yes.
God damn. All right. Manuel will also take a shot. No deadly aim. And he is going to fire twice. Miss.
Yep. Okay, its turn again. Let's see what it's gonna do.
Oh yeah, and move it. Oh no, I took 4 round. God damn it.
It is going to spend a key point. I think. Let me double check what it can do. Too many things it can do, and it's not even that big of a spellcaster. Let me roll something to determine who. Yep, he does not care to go after Afixa because you are like a behemoth tank. So instead, he's going to focus on Juan. So flurry against Juan.
Juan's a 29 AC right now, so that first hit
It's
he
like
would
3
use.
hits.
He'd use the first one. He would, or for the crit, he's going to use Bolster Companion to avoid that crit.
Gotcha. So it still hits, but it's not a crit, or
No,
just
it
misses?
wouldn't hit.
Third one's a crit threat, but yeah, that's what he's saying.
So
Yeah.
he's using the
So the first 2 hits are going to hit. So the
Okay. So 21 and 22.
and 22, yeah. And I'm asking this because it might be, or his what attacks evil.
Yes.
Okay.
And then Juan needs to give me a fortitude save.
Let's see from one.
That I think might be a failure. Let me just double check. That is a failure.
We'll try and hide a little bit of the joy in your voice.
This is where you just say no, Richard.
Let me.
Game
I'm just
masters
checking.
must have fun too, so
It is
don't
just-
apologize.
It is well deserved at this point.
Well, I'm just trying to determine when the effect happens.
I think Mummy Rod has like a minute
It's a-
incubation time.
It's a onset 1 minute and then frequency once per day. So I think
Yeah.
it just doesn't happen right away, but after the minute it'll happen and then it'll happen again the next day. Okay. So that's all it does there though, but Juan has contracted mummy's rot. And it is then Risha's turn.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess I'll 5-foot step into the hole and use the talisman of winds to feather fall down. That does drop me 60 feet around, but that is enough to get down there and cast haste on everybody.
Gotta go fast.
Yep.
Except for poor Pledger, which I apparently stun locked.
Hey, at least he's not dead.
So this turn, wait, no, dude, I'm explaining my turn. So this turn, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this button here. I'm going to hover over the paralysis icon. I'm going to change this 4 here to a 3.
Solid move.
And that's going to be my turn.
Play of the game right there.
Is that all you're going to do this round?
Poggers.
Well, actually, all I can do this round.
Gork.
Okay, hold on. I'm just doing some quick math on my attacks. Yeah, okay.
She's now
So,
1 higher because paste.
yep. So I don't have Bardic, and I'm going to choose not to power attack this time. I
Yep.
do have Friendly Rivalry and Blood for the Empire. So I am going to pin my bets on being able to hit his AC through
right.
volume.
1 second.
What?
No, 21 will not grapple him.
All
I think
right.
that's the second 2. Yep. Both times.
So let's see if I can do this. First up, my 3 unarmed strikes. Or probably the natural
Crit
20 will
will
hit him.
not confirm, but it will hit.
Nice 12 points of damage there. Next up, claw. Oh, also flanking is not included in this, so I think that's
Okay, so those will both hit then.
okay. So that's claw damage, 2 9s. Probably it's DR's eating most of that,
I mean, still getting through a little bit.
and then bear bite, probably miss.
Yep.
All right, and then I will swift action, minor bear aspect to boost my constitution, as I forgot I still need to do a fortitude save.
Yep.
For
Fortitude
the-
save. And I believe, Rish, were you looking away or no?
I wouldn't have looked straight at him, but
If you're not looking
Depends on
straight at him, you're
cast.
fine.
depends on how you rule. I have to cast haste.
Yeah, she
Well,
Rish was casting it
you know-
on us, not it. So
I'll
Well,
say
you
for
know,
this round, he didn't have to roll it.
Pledrum is paralyzed, and the mummy hasn't moved. So, really, I think Pledrum should have to roll another fortitude.
No, you're already paralyzed. I'm not going to subject you to further.
I assume 39 is good.
Yes.
Alright.
Who the hell's acting on 34?
Oh, it just has it has 2 initiative modifiers, one for its first turn, one for its second turn. Because it has a mythic level.
Yay.
It is going to spend a key point to teleport right here.
No, you
It's
can't.
not by Reach, it's by Emmanuel.
It can't.
It can. And it's going to make a single punch against Emmanuel.
I guess Manuel did go down to the ground, didn't he?
Well, I mean, even if he wasn't, the thing's hovering, so it could be right where you are.
Okay.
29 to hit.
Does not hit.
Okay.
It's funny that you're giving these mythics level, Richard, because I was reading Wrath of the Righteous, and in that one, they're all like, and it's a big thing that these creatures have mythic power in the lore.
Well, I mean, I was again at a mythic level because
No,
the thing
I'm
is supposed to be pretty
No, I know
powerful, but
It-
you
it's
guys
all
shred
good.
through things anything.
It's all good. I'm
I
just
think
having
it's
fun
smart.
with you.
Yeah, I think
I'm-
that's actually a good.
I'm just
idea.
making a joke, man.
So you're good.
Yeah.
I get it. I appreciate it. Fix it.
It's over here now.
I'm coming. And she'll zoom around.
You could
Round
go through his
one.
coils.
And make it a single attack.
Technically flanking because Emmanuel does have a cestus,
Oh, that's true.
which he's hiding behind.
Auto confirm.
Auto confirm.
49.
You and your crits, I swear to God.
Does
It's a
that have your,
scimitar.
smite damage in it?
Yeah, it already has the smite damage baked in.
Yeah, it doesn't like a fixa, but you know.
Who does?
I started out fighting undead.
Emmanuel.
Emmanuel's going to 5-foot step back
It's going to 5 foot up and making a single attack as it has step up and strike.
because they all will have that from now on.
Sorry,
That's my move.
sorry. Now I wish Gork was next, so it would have been like a
conga line.
line.
Manuel's going to use cast shield as immediate action to avoid that hit. Stun shield.
I mean, as you would.
Yep.
As it just punches, like it punches through the stone, but it stops just shy of your face.
Close. So 5-foot step, immediate action. I don't know if he wants to move or even attack this thing. Oh, what's it called when you cover yourself?
Disengage.
No, when you increase your armor class.
Full defense.
Oh,
Yes.
Are you doing full defense or fine defensively?
Whichever one's
Or
higher,
combat-
he's not going to
combat.
attack.
Full defense is the one where you don't attack, then you increase your AC by 4, I believe.
Okay, he's going to do that. And Juan will attack.
Go for it. Miss and miss because he's not flanking with it.
Yep.
The magic number is 39.
You. And Juan will sit there.
Okay.
He used Broken Wing Gambit, just FYI.
That's fine because this is round 4 and wait, no. Start of the round is 34, so he can't use it yet. But he has plans.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's just right by Emmanuel. He's just gonna full attack you.
Here's the weak one.
Flurry.
All right, so his
Those all
AC.
miss with your ACs 4 higher.
Yeah, it does.
Yep, so that'll all miss.
Don't worry, I'll tank over here, ladies.
Mhm. You do that because
If he hits me, I'm out of here, though. I'm turning into a raven and flying away. I think Reese just left.
Yeah, I'm teleporting back up with my misty step with
Dimensional
whatever
slide.
dimensional slide, the slip and slide.
Slide, slippery slide.
Turn around, take my first good look at this thing, which probably still requires a fort save.
It does. Also, Juan, give me a fort save because I keep forgetting that will actually fail.
Even if Rish is way up above him, looking down on his head?
It's 100 feet radius.
Okay, you don't have to look him in the eyes. It's just if you're looking at
If
it.
you're looking at him.
Gotcha.
So, Reese, you were paralyzed for 3 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
Juan is not paralyzed. Pledrum ticks down. And it is Gork's turn.
Gork has had officially enough of this thing's shit. Could you enlarge my token?
Commence the slapping.
As I will go Super Bear 1. Affix is still flying. So
No,
that means
that's Super Bear 2. You already had a Super Bear.
Well, no, this is the golden one. It's not, the other one's Kaio Bear.
Bear okay?
Well, what's Werebear?
Let's
And this
see.
is to go
That is
even
just going one
further
step
beyond.
beyond.
Either
It's
way,
just in
I'm gonna
phase 4.
I'm gonna run over here.
Okay.
And that is my entire turn because it's a standard action to
Haste.
transform.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, with haste, can I do something then, or because
No,
No.
I think you were- It was- I
You
think
said
I
it
was
was a
thinking
standard.
yeah,
That's-
it was a standard.
It's thinking the movement.
I just want to go on
Dwarf
clearly the
spills honey on his legs. Anyway,
It is going
First
to
one
move,
is
so it'll provoke attacks from Emmanuel, Juan, Afixa, and Gork.
All right, I get 2 attacks because of my item.
That's fine with me.
don't like where that sound is going.
Should have swift action smited him, but oh well. 1, 2,
You will hit with 1. Emmanuel will hit with 1.
and these
Afixa
are
was-
good aligned now, by the way.
Actually, Afixa, you will hit because you are flanking with Emmanuel when it happened.
Excellent.
Oh yeah, I'm also flanking with Emmanuel.
Yeah, so you had the one that'll still hit though.
Okay. So 15 damage. It is good aligned now.
Still seems to have some resistance. It's just DR flat, I'll just tell you.
I do believe I still get my grapple attempt though.
Go ahead. That is a 0 grapple.
That it.
Mhm.
Okay, let me try it again. Okay,
Your
that
grapple
doesn't.
macro always fucks up.
Yep. Okay, I'll
Yes,
just hit my CMB because it should have the +2 to grapple and everything like that. 32. Oh,
Nope.
34.
Still no.
Okay,
Oh,
worth a shot.
right. I keep forgetting to cast that.
Still
33
no
probably doesn't. Yeah.
He is still up, and he is going to breathe upon all of you. So I need 40 saves.
Is it a spell or a spell-like ability?
It is. I'll tell you right now.
Probably supernatural.
It is a supernatural.
Okay, so spell resistance isn't a thing, but
You said
Juan
14.
fails. Yep. Emmanuel fails. Afixa passes.
okay, I won't need to look at the effects of what protection.
So Juan takes 2 negative levels. Emmanuel takes 1 negative level. And he gets that back in 1 round.
Oof.
So next 34 initiative, he gets the back. So Afixa.
All right, going to move around the snake and attack. Bardic's off right now.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
Okay.
I typed it out, but I thought Ultra Earth Sign was pretty clever.
Yes, that actually is good. I'll use that.
He is looking pretty rough. Emmanuel.
We'll just sit here.
Not going to attack him or anything?
Wait, aren't we? We lost levels. We didn't. Okay.
You
sorry.
lost a negative level,
Yeah.
and Juan lost 2 negative levels.
Yep. They're in there. All right. Juan's gonna full attack.
Hits will not grapple, and the second one will miss.
Actually hit, and he's smiting, so he would bypass DR.
That's fine. His DR wasn't going to be that much different anyway. I mean, you rolled a 31 for damage. His DR, I'll just tell you, is 5. So
Okay. And then Manuel will shoot
if this thing had
twice.
feet, he'd be teetering on him. Oh wow, those both hit.
DR silver.
He is barely up, but he is up. It's probably one more turn because I doubt he's going to survive another Gork attack.
If Gore can even reach him.
I
That is
can
true.
reach him, but it's because Affix is still flying.
I am.
And he would Juan would have been a what's a Medigi attack?
I don't know what that is.
I don't either right now. But he is going to focus on Afixa because
Wounded Paul.
yeah, he's gonna spend all the key points that he pretty much all that he has left to add a stunning strike to every one of these attacks.
Okay.
And if he hits you with any of these, he also gets a free trip attempt, which I don't think he'll hit with any of them.
Nope.
I really thought, Richard, that you would make his last full attack on Juan just to try and take
I'm
him
not that much of an asshole, okay?
Honestly, I would have enjoyed it.
I have other plans for Juan now. You can let him live.
What are you reverse psychologying me for?
He's gonna have a spell zapped on him, and he's gonna be the final boss of the entire adventure.
Reesh, you are stunned for this round. Pledgem, you have one more round of stun. Gork.
He has a druid that he's just gonna cast Awaken, and Juan is gonna.
Hey, I have a druid now. She hasn't seen Juan. She might be like, "How dare you raise this animal to just be your pet?" Awaken. No, it's not a bear.
I'm trying to determine if I want to smite this guy just to make sure that he stays dead. I hit him.
I mean, Afixa and Juan could just go ahead and use their smites.
Yeah, but I'm trying to end him in my turn.
He wants to kill.
Well, also, I'm
That
you
is
all
your
know out of
thing.
character
Well-
that if he gets another round, that's another chance of negative levels to people.
Yeah,
no,
exactly. If I'm okay,
No,
yeah,
I was
here's what I'm
teasing.
gonna do. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna swift action smite him. I only get one a day, so just hopefully we don't have to do a whole lot more.
Well, we'll probably want to go take care of these negative levels, but
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, they go away automatically.
and
Yeah,
then I
they
am
don't.
going. I'm going to charge here.
Okay. Charging through there, he will get an attack on you.
Oh, sorry. Then I'll go here.
Okay.
And I probably don't have flanking, even though there's three of us.
No, you'll have. I feel you'll have flanking now. Affix
Okay.
is just so small compared to one size stuff. The positioning, I wasn't giving them flanking, but
Gotcha. So
with you
between
guys ganging up and kind of backing him into a corner, I'll allow it.
So between flanking and charge, this will have a +4 to it. I'm going to re-roll that.
I mean, that's fair. Still no.
I am going to use my second hero point to add a +4 to it.
So that will
Does-
hit.
All right. 27.
And you said you smited it?
It's a smite.
It falls. Doesn't fall hard. Like, it's so paper thin on the inside that it just falls almost like a blade of grass.
I hit it again.
You crunch.
Yeah,
I will-
we'll just start beating the hell out of it.
I cast Make One with Floor.
I think that's the stomp button.
Yeah.
Now I'm just imagining what was the Blitz, the football game where you basically between plays just body slam.
Yes. That was how they tackled. Pile driver.
I'm going to take a quick bio, but see, that's why I wanted to finish it off in one round, guys, so it couldn't negative level more.
Yeah, no, that's
that
a good
was
move.
I thought the negative levels only lasted like one round for Manuel and 4 rounds.
Temporary negative levels.
Yeah.
These are permanent negative
I
levels.
remember what took you so long to remove from one.
Yeah.
Just a few
Well,
sessions
what
ago.
was the what was
sometimes
that only
you
lasts one round for?
The spell that gives negative levels, that's like a small duration one. The rounds was how many rounds he has to wait until he gets that attack back. So theoretically, I could have rolled a 1 repeatedly and just kept casting that breath on you
yeah,
and just tried to drain your levels that way.
Sometimes it's a second fort save to see if they become permanent, but it depends on the ability.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just slaps your shit in.
This is one of those slap your shit in ones.
Well, I'm definitely not a stranger to it. On that note, I'm going to mute, go bio, and fix a drink because I just lost levels again.
Mm-hmm. That is why I poured it back up. because he.
Yeah, he had the reason why he was so tanky. He only had technically like 160 hit points. He has this ability called Resistance to Blows, where even with special abilities, he only takes half damage from melee and ranged weapons.
Mm.
So even with the smiting, he was reducing that a lot. But he's dead now. You solved my monk puzzle.
Turns
By
out
beating its face in.
yeah. Turns out the answer was just punching it really hard.
I mean, to be fair, Fix's AC is redonkulous when smiting.
Yeah.
Well, when everyone gets back, I'll let you know what this guy had on him, because it's neat.
Mm-hmm. I would hope so. With those abilities, damn.
Yeah, but I definitely think perhaps after Curse of the Crimson Throne, we should start doing the lower point buy for everyone.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because I'll let you know. I know Carrying Crown's a way down the line, but I do not have the patience of Richard to go in and monkey with everyone's stat lines to try to do it a challenge. I'm just going to be like, sure, you cream it, whatever, moving on. I don't know. I enjoy making Pathfinder characters, but if I have to do a bunch of modified monster sheets, I think the fun is going to drain out of it really fast for me.
Honestly, the easiest thing to do is just do the advanced template for most things.
Yeah.
Like if you have to modify them, because it's just a +2 to everything.
Yeah.
And then like I think HP, it's just like a +2, I think, as per hit die, and that's a quick and easy add. I only really I do mostly just that, except for I do try to soup up the bosses a little bit, like giving this thing a mythic level, because it didn't make sense to have him have compatriots, but having him just have one action per turn.
Oh yeah, definitely the 2 initiative order thing makes sense for any single boss entity. As I said, I applaud you having the actual dedication to do that, because I do not. I mean, just setting up the character sheets in Roll20 for Carrying Crown, when I got to someone with 2 cleric levels, gave me a freaking migraine. Just entering all that stuff in. And then it's really annoying because like the stat books in the AP reference like a creature ability because it's a modified creature type. So it just says special ability, this thing, and then it doesn't explain it. It just gives the name.
You have to go look it up otherwise.
I have to go look up the base creature, so I then copy paste that into Roll20, so I actually remember what the fuck that means.
Yeah. But yeah, I honestly think the automatic progression gets rid of a lot of the headaches. So doing a 15-point buy is fine. It's not going to be a big deal.
I'm curious how the Bestiarian 2nd edition works. If they went with the 5th edition method, where it's just their own thing, and they're not really they don't have class levels. It looks like, but.
Did you see the people getting really mad about the new Bestiary books for 5e?
Yeah, no, they're already mad about everything.
Well, I mean, I understand if you have a bad DM because they're like, oh, now that they're monster abilities instead of spells, they won't won't let certain people use like counterspell, even though they're clearly a spell.
Oh
What's the issue with the new bestiary?
So one of the things that people have issues with, instead of having like monsters have spells, they just give them the abilities that are clearly supposed to be spells, but they're just abilities instead of that. So it's easier to look up in the like the book.
Yeah.
But the downside is there's some DMs that are anti-fun that are like, oh, since it's not technically a spell, we're not letting you use counter spell on it anymore.
Interpret everything as literal as possible, and it's really dumb. No, the problem I had,
and one of them was like clearly a spell casting monster that someone referenced, and I'm like, yeah.
The problem I had with the Monsters of the Multiverse book wasn't that. It was the fact that a friend of mine had this problem. Because I was explaining it to him right after he bought it, and he was looking through it. I was just talking to him, and he agreed. He goes, yeah, I just spent $60 for an errata. That's fun. That's the problem I had with that book, not the modifications. It was the
Oh
fact
yeah,
that
that was another.
that
beef people had,
I'm
too.
like, this should have just been a PDF or something. Like,
or at least a fucking paperback that's cheaper. Jesus.
yeah, or something. I know they just announced last week that they are going to be doing Spelljammers for 5th edition.
They're doing Spelljammer and they're doing Dragonlance.
Yes, which I'm interested in those things. The only thing
I fucking love me Dragonlance.
Oh yeah, I read the Dragonlance novels as well. I love it as well. Hey, if you ever want to have a fun time, since I've been kind of going down the rabbit hole on old school modules, we could actually do the original 1st edition Dragonlance modules that the books are based on.
Yeah.
But anyway, I was going to say the only thing that makes me nervous about Spelljammers is when they said the 3 books, the adventure, the setting, and the bestiary, are going to be a 3 books box set, and I'm like, it's gonna be like $150, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
You can't buy them separately. Like I like the idea that if they break up the setting book and the bestiary, that maybe you can get some more content for each packed in there. I'm fine with that, but it's just such an annoying thing to have to drop extra money for a box set,
Yeah.
you know?
Before we get back in the game, I will say one of my biggest beefs lately is they're trying to change how they handle backgrounds and races and stuff, but they're doing it mid setup instead of before they release like a new player's handbook that is updated to accommodate it.
They just need to like clean sweep it with like a 5.5 thing.
Yeah, because they're doing so many changes that it doesn't work with their older stuff anymore.
Yeah,
like the backgrounds that give you feats.
Yeah, which I'm not opposed to that concept, considering most background abilities.
But they need to fix it first.
Yeah, they need to like release a master list of all the backgrounds I've already released and said this is the feat that goes with this thing.
Or like when they made the race for the Guff, which are the spacefaring hippos.
Oh yeah,
they had no flavor for the spacefaring hippos in there. They're basically just super Goliaths.
Yeah, that was so freaking bizarre to me because
they're trying to stay away from the cultural things in their races.
I don't know.
I don't know.
They famously use guns. Like just say, hey, you have firearm proficiencies. Here's a snap banger, and then just have that be their thing.
I know. But anyway, going back to the game. So the thing itself doesn't actually have much on it. What it does have is with the detect magic is easily defined. You find a ring with Rish's passive, just minimum spellcraft. It is a Ring of the Ram with 36 charges. And then it has the scroll that it is like held onto. And even when you try to pull it free, the thing is crushed, but even the hand still doesn't let it go for a while. You have to like rip it off. And
Fix would point detect evil at it.
It is evil.
Okay.
It will not pass with a minimum spellcraft for this, so you will need to roll if you want to try to determine what this is. Mm-hmm. That is enough, yeah. Natural 19. This is an artifact. It is known as an anathema, I think is how you say it. An anathema archive. I'll just show the players what it can do. So it has 2 things it can do. One thing it can do is it can cast spells by using it. There's a list of spells that it can use without having to look them up. Or you can try to use it to cast any spell you know using a DC 20 plus double the spell level for a spellcraft. The downside of doing this or using the research function of it, which I'll let you guys read on your own, is you have to roll a DC will save equal to 15 plus twice the number of times you've used this. Resulting failure causes 1d4 points of wisdom drain and becoming confused for number of rounds equal to 1 plus the number of times you've used the artifact. And it can only be used once every 24 hours. The spells there are the ones that are actually in the thing. You don't have to try to use the spellcraft to do so. But they still require the roll after using it.
I still feel like we see Rish looking at this thing, and from Rish's perspective, it's like a rom-com meet cute. Because this seems like exactly the kind of thing that Rich was looking for.
Like,
Yeah.
for some reason, female lizard has a boner.
Yeah.
But yeah, you take this out of the the spell case that you take it out of, or the scroll case. This is the first thing that comes out because it takes up the majority of the space. But there actually is other things in this rather large scroll case.
Mhm.
Because the archive makes up 9 scrolls, but there are another 8 scrolls inside of the container. I will just go ahead and copy. And
What's that pheromone smell coming from Rish? Why is the floor all wet around her?
so these are the scrolls you find. Greater Restoration, Hero's Feast, Order's Wrath, Regenerate, Resurrection, Scrying, Symbol of Stunning, and True Resurrection.
Jeez.
Resurrection's pretty good.
You also find a letter that is more of like just a small little, like almost like card sized.
You know, we could fuck with Richard's campaign right now by just casting True Resurrection on this guy.
I mean, if you want to.
There's a reason why when I gave you guys that stone in Sons of Damerhall, I didn't make it a True Resurrection stone. Otherwise, literally any skeleton, you could just be like, you're alive now.
If they want to come back.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the writ of entrance and access to be presented to the clockwork librarian of the Thoracic Library for the securing of full access to all archives held within. Where the Shining Guardians, for they guard the library without bias, and any who would enter are counted thieves and vandals to be slaughtered. Speak aloud the name of the Master Architect. I'm not going to try to say that word right now. A for entry is attempted via the bronze doors if thou wouldst avoid their blinding wrath.
Well, sounds like a good thing we now know the password.
Yep.
Blinding wrath.
Surprisingly, it wasn't password 1.
That's our total. Have I told you about my high school's shitty security back in the day?
I mean, I was just going to make a joke about the first episode of Archer where their spy network mainframe's password was just guessed. And he's like, wow, how have we not been broken into before now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, it was early 2000s, so the schools were just getting computers, really. But they had a login thing because you were supposed to be able to log in so you could track who did what. You could Alt-Tab out of the login screen and just use the computer like normal.
My school has something very similar. But the downside is it didn't take you to the main page. So a kid figured out if you Alt-tabbed in the computer lab, it took you to the records for the grades.
For God's sake.
So they changed the grades, and then the police got called because they thought someone was actually trying to break into their stuff. And they explained how they did it, and the police just kind of looked at the guy who was supposed to be the tech of the school and just let the kid go. Like the kid didn't even change any of the records or anything.
Wouldn't do that. I mean, if you were just screwing around.
He didn't change any of the records or anything. He just did it, went on it, clicked a couple things, and left.
Because that's the most honest kid. I definitely would have changed some grades.
Well, he was an A and B kid anyway.
Yeah.
So he didn't really need to.
When you're already getting naturally good grades, trying to change it to make yourself look better is just shooting yourself in the foot.
Yeah, and plus you never change your own.
No.
Mm-hmm.
You make it a money scheme, you change other kids.
It's kind of like I started trying to charge people because they kept asking me for graph paper and pencils because they never brought their own.
Yep.
I said, give me $5, and then they stopped asking me.
So how many negative levels did we accrue from?
Quite a bit.
Fuck.
I'm good.
Pledrum has 4, Juan has 2, Emmanuel has 1.
7. total. Man.
Good news is you have a greater restoration scroll.
Yeah.
So your suggestion is kill yourself.
Well, no, I suggest the restoration scroll, but you could kill yourself and use one of the resurrection scrolls if you really wanted.
Man,
I
That's what-
misheard that. And,
that's what we call
yeah.
a life hack. Pulls out a gun, shoots him in the head, resurrects. Spin it.
Comes back with 2 negative levels because Ray's dead.
Man, I'm hoping
Well,
one
what-
dies just so we can try to use a reincarnate on him.
Pledrum had 4, so that is a net gain.
Oh, yeah. Well, that scroll will knock all of the.
Guys, isn't this going a little bit far for something that isn't even going to make it go away?
The other one.
Haven't you
Just
ever
hold
once
still, I
tried
promise
killing
it'll
one of your
work.
friends?
Guys, I can't keep bringing you all back like that.
Does Afixa have access to 4th level paladin spells?
Let me check. I don't think so. I think I'm 1 level away. Yeah.
It's a bit expensive to be buying scrolls of that. Unless we can find a cleric or someone.
Oh, Kona.
Scrolls of what?
It's not, well. Regular restoration would take away 1 at a time of permanent negative levels. But that's $1,000 plus however much if we need to buy a scroll.
I think
And-
Kona could probably cast it for us if we have the materials.
It is not.
Oh, yeah, let's not keep relying on the questionably loyal giant.
Easy for you to say. You don't have negative levels.
It is a question.
I mean,
I
it's
guess-
either rely on the questionably. Well, I'm not questioning it. I think she's pulling for us and willing to help us, or we go.
Emmanuel
way
does know
back
that
to-
if you go back to Magnamar, you can pay someone to get it removed. It just
Yeah, I was going to say, or we
supply
go
the material components.
all the way back to Magmore.
Shoot, change back.
It would
to-
still cost 1,000 gold per negative level, though.
Mhm. Let's see, 20.
Well, what other do the other sarcophagi have items in them?
If by items you mean corpses, then yes.
Do the corpses have really expensive jewelry on them?
No. These look like very pious, like monks. Other than what the guy had on him, they look like they didn't have much.
I would not actually be able to passively cast that. If it's 20 plus caster level to use a scroll, the taking 10 would be at 30. So I would need to roll a 17 to actually use that scroll.
And if you roll too low, it can actually destroy the scroll.
Mhm.
It just sucks that I get lesser restoration, but I don't have access to restoration no matter what level.
Yep.
Because it is not on the druid spell list, but lesser is.
That is weird.
Well, we can get a whatever cleric can cast restoration on us would probably be willing to use our own scroll to do greater on Pledrum.
I mean, what level druid is my mom?
9th, I think you said.
It's not on her spell list.
Yeah, it's not on the
Really?
spell list. Yeah.
I would thought for certain something like restoration would be a druid thing.
That's what I was just complaining about.
Regular is
Is
apparently on the
Emmanuel
list.
doesn't get it. It's not on the
Lesser
list.
is on the druid, but regular is on alchemist, cleric, oracle, inquisitor, paladin, shaman. But then greater is only on cleric, oracle, and shaman.
So are these permanent negative levels or temporary that they
These are
have?
permanent.
These are permanent, okay.
These start as permanent because of this guy.
So we have to have at least restoration.
This is
Right.
why this guy, more than just the fighting parts, this is why this guy is so deadly, because he just inflicts permanent negative levels at the get-go.
Yeah.
And if you guys don't have access to that, or like it's a party that doesn't have any kind of cleric of any kind, it can get kind of dicey later on. I will say, if you're taking a long time, I will allow taking 20 on casting the scroll. But it can't be in places where you're actually risking life and limb. So like you'd have to go somewhere safe to do it.
Sounds like we need to get out of this tower either way.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since, and I'll say this in character, especially since if we killed this thing, probably that shield's down, which means that the harpy body just fell and went splat down below.
I was just gonna say you probably start hearing some commotion up above.
Yeah. 18 wisdom, guys. I can
So,
think about these.
Did we hear the corpse scream on the way down?
No.
Well, I can teleport us out of here if we want to go back somewhere.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get out of here before they see us.
Do we want to peek in one of these other sarcophagi?
Imagine the terror we're going to
Emmanuel did.
sowing.
Oh, okay.
There's just a bunch of bodies.
Oh, okay.
Very
Perception to see
old.
if there are any secret doors down here.
Roll perception.
There you go.
There is no secret doors on here.
The eyes
Worth
have it.
checking.
I can say with 100% certainty,
I say we
no secret doors.
teleport out of here, and the death of this thing they were all afraid of will start sowing fear amongst the troops.
Fix would take the body, or what?
Also, who got hit with mummy rod? I think Swan did, didn't he?
Oh, Juan. Yeah, he may need the greater then.
That needs some special stuff, but we'll get into that because it's been enough minutes.
Mummy rot is one of the few, if I remember correctly, mummy rot is one of the few diseases that is still actually worth the damn at high levels.
Yeah.
So speaking of, because it's been long enough for it to take effect,
1d6.
you take 1d6 twice, so roll 2 1d6s. Or
Yep.
2d6 or whatever, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I'll do them separate so that we can see which one is which.
Okay, so you take, Juan takes 2 Constitution and takes 1 Charisma.
All right.
His Charisma must be pretty low.
He's close to dying from charisma damage.
Can you damage that with Charisma?
He only has a 2
Well,
charisma.
technically, you don't die. You become a husk that essentially just stands there and stares off in the middle distance. Here, let me find.
Yeah,
These
most of
Gabriel took
the
away to nullify him.
most of the mental stats are a coma type deal.
Yeah, you basically interact.
Yeah, you're seemingly incapable of thought and barely aware or no, that's wisdom. Barely conscious and appears to be blank and expressionless, but if you go down to 0, you're unconscious.
Yeah. So you're not dead, you're just useless.
You have the charisma of a zombie, golem, or a shrieker. And if I had rolled 1 more, you would have actually been unconscious for 1.
Yeah.
I assume you're reducing him so you can teleport with Reesh.
Turn him back into a carry companion. Into a statue. Because...
Were you teleporting, by the way?
Probably Magnamar.
Okay, you've been there a few times, so I'll say very familiar, so you're on target, so you're good.
Yep. The Pathfinder Guild again. Because
you just teleport into the middle of a room. They're not even taking it back this time. They're like, whoa! They're like just raising their glasses.
Mm.
It's become an event to see how long it takes for you to come back.
I would love a glass. Thank you.
You just take it out of their hand. Oh, I guess the bottle for me. And the guy just begins to chug.
Start telling them in extreme detail the dire circumstances of the fight and how it set us back.
They don't seem concerned. They just are excited to hear a new story. They're those people.
Reminders.
And also, my giant snake, and he holds up the little statue, has mummy rot.
Gross.
Just gonna see if I could roll some to actually diagnose him today.
It's fine.
Well, he's rotting, so.
I watched him molt.
Tiny little toilet paper has appeared on the statuette.
Also, he's had it before, hadn't he?
No, that's ghoul fever.
Yeah.
He had ghoul fever. He had the rat poison.
Yep.
Man, Papa
had the
Miracle
negative
sure loves
levels.
us in this campaign.
Why What is one STD snake?
God, I just realized that. Oh, Manuel Snake catches all the disease.
Jokes can't even write them themselves this way.
I know.
We shouldn't have been playing around the butthole.
Yeah, we had to work the shaft.
This is why you only do missionary to create children and nothing else. Just like Saint Peter told us to do for some reason.
I was gonna say that's because that's what the Lord says, combo.
Mm-hmm.
So you are back, and yeah, you would be able to get somebody to cast that scroll if you wish to use it.
Fix, assuming everybody has things well in hand, will want to take those remains and probably to the Shrine of Sarenrae and have a ritualistic burning of it to try to.
The mummy.
Yeah.
Super destroy it?
Yeah.
I mean, either that or to Pharasma, goddess of death and repose.
Mm.
Either way.
I like Sarenrae destroying the undead.
I see.
For the rest of the day, the smoke in that temple burns black, but otherwise, it's good. By the way, I have to share this because it's never going to come up in this campaign, but this is how you have to destroy that archive that you found.
What?
That's the only way to destroy that anathema archive you found.
Good lord!
This is it's a really chewy burger.
I always have fun thinking about how artifacts would be destroyed. Like, Loki, I don't know if we ever talked about it, how Mournbrand would be destroyed. I assumed at some point you'd have to throw it into the positive energy plane, but there's probably more to it than that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this is using this as an example. I mean,
Yeah.
Dave?
find an angel that's been blinded and deaf by an evil source, and then feed it not knowing what it is.
Dave, I know I'm talking out loud even though I can't hear what you're saying back to me, but I swear to God, I did not know I had lost my taste of, or my taste and my smell, because this really does taste like paper.
The hilarious part is probably once you get the angel, getting it blinded and deafened by an evil source would not be too hard. You're just like, hey, devil, could you blind and deafen this angel for me? They'd be like, deal.
I mean, y'all could use Emmanuel.
You're not an angel.
Do you want me to hold him while you punch him too?
Yeah. I'll stomp on his nuts for free. Just when you're all said and done, the devil's like, this was fun. We should hang out more.
Right.
You got anything else to make him eat?
That would actually be a pretty fun, like, character backstory for
The
like a mid-level campaign.
The lawful evil devil who's 100% a bad person, but is just really chill to you.
Yeah. Play a summoner class or something like that.
I'm not going to name names, but that is something I enjoy in Skull and Shackles. Is since it has a lot more to do with law versus chaos. There are a couple chaotic evil characters that you will genuinely never know that they're chaotic evil because they're just fine to you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're horrible to other people off screen, but to you, they're buddy. They're buying you drinks. It doesn't matter.
Pirates, man.
They're literal serial killers, but amongst their fellow pirates, they're great.
Mm-hmm. Well, if we wait a day, I know we have to break a curse on the mummy rot. So I can try to use Dispel Magic, or Pledrum can try that today. And if we have some way of getting rid of disease.
How do we know how to get rid of it? Can we go to a cleric and have him diagnose it?
Yeah, you can say that you're going to the clerics to get some negative levels removed, and you find out you would need to get the curse removed as well as getting the disease removed.
Is that something they can do?
Let me just double check. Looks like it, yeah. Remove curse is a 3rd level cleric spell. I think remove disease is lower than that.
Yeah.
Here may not be a mercy if Fixa has even. Doesn't know. No.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look
Removed
for the
it.
mercies.
Yeah,
and
they're
nothing
both
does
third level
stick with
spells, so. And those are common enough spells that they would have them on hand and not have to memorize them for the next day, so you don't have to put up with another day of it.
That's good news.
So yeah, they will remove those, though the ability damage will come back at 1 per day.
Okay. Luckily, he
So,
only lost a 2 and a 1.
Yeah, so the charisma will be back the next day, but on will take a couple days.
Actually, I think the restoration for the negative level will get rid of the
Here's all temporary ability damage and restores.
so that'll get rid of all of it.
Drained.
Yep. So what do I need to pay for the
It's 1,000 per negative level.
Okay, so $3,000.
Do you guys need help? Like, I got cash to spare.
I'm trying to find my money on my sheet.
I can contribute too if it comes to it.
Nope, I've got it.
Pledrum, I think, is the one that might need help with it because that's 4K.
Yeah.
Well, I thought we were going to use the scroll on Pledrum.
I mean, if you are, I didn't want to put words into your mouth, but yeah, one of the clerics could take the time to do it.
Yeah. He also said I could.
I
take
got
20
You
on
could also
it.
take the 20 on it.
I got 13k in my pocket, so I don't mind kicking out to help my blood brother here.
Eh.
I
You
mean,
got the scroll you can't use without having to take basically a couple hours to cast it. So
or what would we fetch if we sold that scroll? Would it be the right
I
thing
was
to sell
just
it and
pulling
then
up my spreadsheet. Just to see.
yeah, because it's a level 7 spell.
7. It says 17.
And it would cost the material component of 5,000 to have created it, as well as the level.
you don't get the material component back if you sell the scroll.
Well, I mean that's in the cost of the scroll, right? To
Yeah,
make
it
the
is,
scroll.
but it
For
is.
this, it'll just be the cost of the scroll without the material component to sell.
But you can't make it without the material component.
Yeah, it's also really old. Maybe they did have a way to make it before. You don't know.
All right, we don't need the money.
Yeah, it's not quite 3K.
It's an underground dwarf campaign. When are we ever going to need gold?
I stand by my comment. It wasn't my fault he decided to turn it into a pirate campaign halfway through.
Anyway, I guess we'll go ahead and use the scroll on him.
As you do, Pledrum will no longer have the negative levels. You're free to remove those from the Michael.
I'm not crippled.
Look at that. Rish is like Jesus. He cured.
Hey, you guys healed him a little fast.
No, you see, Rish is going to start taking levels in Cleric, and he's going to become the Velocipaster.
Holy shit, that was good.
And then he's going to pray to his almighty Raptor Jesus.
No, No. He's gonna get jealous of Pledrum because he got healed so much faster. He's gonna take levels in Bard and become the Velociraptor.
Writing that down.
Oh, that's a lot of dad jokes, man.
So yeah, it would probably just take the day. Most of the things you need them to do, they probably would have those spells on hand simply because those are commonly requested spell removal things. They'd see a manual on his giant snake and be like, "Oh, you again."
Sorry, I was healing negative levels. Where are we?
You're a Magmar. I was just making a joke about how you've probably been the most repeat customer they've had for negative levels in a while.
Yes, well, when you are constantly rubbing elbows with danger.
Let's see. Since we're back in civilization. Oh well. It'd be 700 gold for the wizard version of Stone Shape. It is a 4th level spell, so.
Do we want to look into Is there any sort of item that allows us to get Death Ward?
Probably.
Because it doesn't remove negative levels if the subject has already gained, but it does remove penalties of negative levels for the duration of the effect. But grants +4 bonus to death spells and death effects. And they get a save to negate the effects even if it wouldn't normally be allowed. And I'm not sure what energy drain is, if that's the same thing as negative levels. But they get immunity. From that.
I think that there's one called the Scarab of Protection.
I think we kind of just did our undead thing.
And then there's also a thing called Death Warden's Bandolier, but that's expensive as fuck.
I'd be more worried about
What's that
avoiding
Scarab?
mind control.
Yeah.
38,000.
Oh, damn.
Of course, it also gives you spell resistance 20.
And it just gets destroyed after 12 energy drain attacks.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that's an expensive item for a temporary thing.
Yeah. Here in a few levels, I can get Death Ward, but I'd only be able to cast it like once.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what you guys doing?
Yeah, and then next day we should probably meet up with Mama Black Claw.
So you teleport back out to the ridge.
Yeah, but if there's anything else people want to do in town.
I can't think of anything.
Alright, so next day I'll memorize teleport twice.
Gotcha. You teleport back, and you do catch sight of a bear just kind of sitting in the woods watching the surrounding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, on target even with the bad ones. Unless I'm remembering the place wrong, and it's a false destination. Oh god.
Ah.
So
Yeah, she
she's
kind of just
there.
speaks to you. Yeah, she's over there, and she kind of speaks to you in her bear form. Like, so you're back. Did everything go okay?
Tough fight, but yes.
Juan, my snake, got a really bad disease, a rotting disease, and we lost a lot of our memories. It was bad.
Would you like me to awaken the animal?
He's not
I'm
asleep.
kidding.
Thank you.
Fix just kind of freezes in place and you go, oh god.
Off camera, I would note Juan has the totem animal feat, or Emmanuel technically does, that makes Juan, his totem animal is a bear, so he has very tiny hairs on him that you can't see normally, but might smell a little bear-like. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how y'all want to do it, but that feat says that he definitely takes on traits of the animal.
Well, good to know. You have a hairy snake. Man, keep that trimmed, I swear.
I think it would help with the grappling. That's how I'm gonna...
Like a long bear with no legs.
That's just, what, 3 in the party, or what, 2 in the party that are bears then?
So yeah, she kind of just looks at y'all and is like, so what is the plan now? Also, I saw your dad, he's fine. I used some magic to help restore his face a little bit. She says to Gork.
Yeah, well, they're thinking I'm going to use Arcane Eye to scout the place out a bit more.
I just realized I think we lost combo again.
Yeah, looks like we did.
Let me see if I can
explain why I didn't get a bear comment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Combo down, combo down.
Well, this
Operation Combo Drop.
Oh Lord, what a terrible movie. This time,
hey, that movie was stupid and fun.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so what's our next step? Do we want to take out the dragon and try and go through the tunnel? Or do we want to go through the butthole again?
The butthole is now exposed. You have removed the plug.
As far as we know, the condom,
blockage.
the strange condom over the butthole is now gone. Or should be gone, but we don't know what else they've come up with to block it.
Yeah.
I
You
suggest
even
a
heard
redirect.
you even heard a bug fall in there.
Like I said, I was gonna cast Arcane Eye and send it to scout out while they're discussing. I guess we
Good
can
plan.
talk about that now. I mean, first things, if anything's guarding up top visibly, other than, probably still giants all over the place.
There's a few giants. Like, again, most of them are on the towers, and you see still a couple up top. But it doesn't seem like they've replenished like heavy recruits in there.
Yeah. And as it tries to fly down through the hole,
It will fly down. So I'm just going to take you to the next layer so you can see a couple things. You won't be able to move probably more than a little bit down here because you would have to use this Arcane Eye and then fly across the ravine and everything. So
it was mostly to check if it could even go down, because it is technically a physical object.
Yep.
So we did manage to break that bit of guard permanently.
So I moved you all to the thing, but Reese, you should be the only one with visibility currently because the other token is the only one revealed.
That's a lot of bones.
Yep, this is the pit.
Gombo's back.
Yep. My router rebooted.
Mm.
So I take it we teleported into the sphincter.
Reese is arcane eyeing it. So
Gotcha.
I just brought you all over while they can explore it a little bit.
Mm. A lot of little caves off to the side of it. And a bear.
Rawr.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
It's just the
unbearable
bear
impression.
face. I can't unsee it now after Michael was like, "Oh, I'm a bear."
I guess I'm going to head down to the southwest. If that door goes anywhere.
Do you think go through physical space, or does it actually have to have like a path?
I think like a 1-inch diameter is what the spell says.
So you can get through there. So let me just move your token.
Mm-hmm.
So let me go to the thing so I can explain what you see. The cavern itself has a dire bear fur over the exits. They can obviously be pulled shut as they are now. The walls are all lined with furs as well as the floor. They're piled particularly high to form a mattress on the south side.
Mm.
So that guy that lived here is probably a fan of bear furs.
Mm-hmm. Found the room with lots of bear fur in.
You also see a pile of different jars and a chest as well.
Might be worth checking out when we get in. Main tunnel, though, comes down around, guarded by more giant and bears. I don't know how much more time I'd have on the spell here.
I'll say you could probably go a couple more rounds worth of movement.
Okay. Let's see, there's 30. Some of that's just furs at the back, too.
Yeah.
And 30 more. I can just barely see what appears to be like a mess hole or something before the spell will end.
Yep. So I'll remove you and bring you guys back to the splash. That is what you saw.
So while you were out of internet for the moment, it was revealed that Cope's snake is part bear.
Seriously?
It's a totem animal, and he has a bear totem attached to it.
Yeah, he has the totem beast feet, and it never dawned on me to tell you that his totem beast is a bear. And the feet's there.
When I made
the
Dork,
window.
I didn't think there was going to be so much bear stuff in this.
Yeah.
You
It
chose
probably
the
would
perfect
only be
time because then all
noticeable
of a
by
sudden I'm
you.
like, oh, bears.
It says that the animal takes on something that in the feet. Hold on, what does it say? Select one aspect, yada yada, da da da. Your animal companion has natural coloration suggestive of this aspect, or a bear might have a dark spot in the shape of a bat, or a hawk might have unusual tiger striping in its feathers. I'm saying that Juan has very, very small hairs that you can't really see to the naked eye that make it maybe smell a little bit like a bear, but that would help him in grappling.
So you're saying you have a large, smelly, hairy snake?
Mm-hmm.
Very musky.
Mm-hmm.
But you gotta get really close to know all the bad.
Oh, God. He's going to cast Bull Strength on it, and he's going to describe how all the veins pop out.
You guys are.
He always has aspect of the bull and aspect of the earth up on it as well.
Fuck's sake.
Aspect of the earth just makes it rock hard.
Richard, kill it now.
I've been trying, man.
You know what, Richard? I think support for killing Juan has never been higher. I think.
Hey, guys, I have been trying my best.
Episode 37, when everyone turned against Juan.
I mean, you could probably do the whole rocks fall, Juan dies, and they're like, "Oh, well, that sucks, man."
Well, that's how it goes.
Move along. Ugh.
Well, you win some, you lose some. You'll get it next time, Tiger.
Yeah. Richard, this is me saying if you cheat, I'd be okay with that.
I mean, to finally get him in a climactic moment, you know, a good climax would be worth it.
I don't care. What's his cholesterol levels? I mean, there's a YouTube video.
Are you saying you want to eat my snake?
No, I'm going to say he's going to have a heart attack.
Oh, that's a totally different way I was taking that.
That was a joke from a YouTube video about the player who knows the lore too well, and about how he was constantly criticizing the GM about how things should actually work with the lore and everything like that. The GM gets fed up and says, "So you're playing a dwarf, right?" He goes, "Yep." He goes, "How old are you?" "About 290. That's pretty old for a dwarf." "Yep, it's getting right up there. Give me a Constitution saving throw." Rolls it. "That's a 9. You suffer a heart attack and you die due to your old age." The player, "That's fair." Game master, "No, it's not." The player was 0% mad. He's like, "Yep, lore-wise, that checks out." Anyways, how are we killing this thing? We're gonna throw Emmanuel's snake into the butthole.
I don't suggest we go in the back end like that.
That's the front end.
We just got rid of Mommy Rod.
Okay. Tell you what. We'll put some lube on it and then we'll throw the snake down there. That'll be better.
We'll oil them up. It'll be like a comedy routine where everyone's going to grab your oiled up snake.
I cast grease on.
We begin to play yakety sax.
Good Lord, not
We throw it down
once.
there with the yakety sax theme, and all of a sudden you hear the Pornhub sound play, and then we're all concerned.
Oh man. We could have a market as being the only D&D podcast to be played only on Pornhub.
I would like to apologize
I doubt we're the
to our
only
one listener in 17 months when he hears this episode.
So anyway, what you guys actually doing?
I say we go in the butthole.
Going in the front again. Yeah, I mean, we've made it in several times already. So.
As birds, we could probably fly all the way down at this point.
Although, if that defense recently fell, do you think going through the spider's tunnel might be a little bit less guarded?
It's possible.
Either way, we're going to have to fight our way through.
Yeah.
I appreciate the idea of deception, saving us time, but honestly, I think it's just going to make us take more time. And I think just going in brute force at this point is the best tactic.
We did have a chance to fully rest, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
Like I think the only spell you've expended right now has been the teleport to get to here.
And then the eye.
Okay.
Yep. But yeah, she would be able to cast animal shapes on you again if you wish, as well as the freedom of movement and the protection from energy.
All right. I'll take those.
Okay.
Fire again.
Yeah, I'll take fire.
Okay.
Can she turn Juan into a bird as well, since she has or however many castings? He has
willing creature of your choice. Yeah.
Yeah, he has fly capability because he has levitate from his animal aspect. So I've got him a skill in fly. He probably flies better than all you assholes.
If you have it outside of your thing, you can cast fly on it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna put a reduce animal on him.
So let's see. It's a
just
giant
so we can
snake,
have him.
celestial, but also bear, but it can fly.
It has bull and it's of the earth.
Okay, so is this thing not descended from Masarima?
Wait, Masarima wasn't a snake.
No, but I mean,
betted enough stuff that probably got down to that.
It's not impossible that she somehow cracked the science of having sex with so many things. The genetics just mix.
There are lamias here. Aren't lamias like snake people?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
some of them.
Yeah,
the one we fought was.
Yeah, technically, I think lamias can also have like other animal lower halves as well. Like
there's one that I know. There's lamias in lore for Pathfinder that are like lion bottoms.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Matriarchs are usually the snake, and then the lesser ones are cats.
Because aren't Nagaji? Don't they like? I'm not saying that word right, but
that's a little bit different.
Naga.
There's a race called like Nagaji or Najani or whatever.
Yeah, it's all kinds of stuff.
It's a race of
that's
like a
not
lizard
here for there.
person.
Anyway, so let's close the book of erotic fantasy for now.
Jesus Christ, thank you. I couldn't stop once the fun started.
I know, there's so much stuff. It's like, what if we go in the front way? I'm like, I think we established that's the back way. And I spend too much time with you guys.
Sometimes you just need to cleanse. Let it all out. It keeps you from doing it at work. Where the first comment might get a laugh, but after that, they're like, HR?
Yeah, don't be the guy at my work that came up to me and made a bukkake joke.
Oh God.
I'm sorry. We are in a public space right now. I don't know you like that.
Even if you did, it's a public space.
Yep.
So you're just flying in then?
Yeah, I say we just go through the whole, not the spider thing.
I will ask, when do you want her to drop it? Because she has to willingly drop it off of your forms. So, like, do you want to just get down into the caves and then she'll drop it, or?
I would say let's get down to the bottom or wherever it starts and drop it, right?
Yeah. Stop a few times so they're like, hey, those things are making a beeline for the interior of the cave.
Yeah.
Well, we got hours.
Drop it. What? Mop it.
Well, the thing is, she'll have to see you. So if you don't tell her and you just start going in.
Oh, okay. Well, if that's the case, then let's just go with the spiders.
Yeah, because she can't see it if she doesn't come. She's not going down there with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
could she hover above us? And
she can hover above you, and once you get down to the bottom of the hole, she can dispel it then.
Yeah. Let's do that.
All right, whatever.
So I'll move you to here. Shift click, y'all.
We're going. I think we changed ideas to the spider, didn't we?
Oh, did you?
I don't know anymore. Just
I don't either. I thought you
No,
guys were talking
he
about
was
going
saying the
to
mother could fly above us,
Yeah.
and once we reach the bottom, she can take it off, and
And
then
so I
she
kept
can fly
asking,
away.
what are you guys doing?
No, it
Yeah.
depends on the.
We can get to the bottom of the butthole.
I don't even
That's
know
a-
anymore.
cliff over here, and like looking at that pit. Like the path, I'm guessing, goes around, and then
Yeah.
that looks like a drop off there.
I mean, I can't see anything anyway, so just pick something. I don't even know anymore.
We can't see what you can see, Kenneth.
So what you're looking at for Reach is what you saw. It is a lip, but basically where it meets, where it doesn't have that darker line right here. Oh, you can't see my
Well, they
arrows.
can't see it anyway. Like period. So.
Yeah.
So here, let me just move you guys into here so you can see real quick.
Okay.
So this right here is basically the end of the path, and here are technically level, but the pit is separate because there's just the sight from the ground.
So it's no issue if we.
Like you guys could be over here if you wanted, or
So
anywhere.
these little things are level with it as well.
Yes.
Okay. So that's not as much of an issue then.
Yeah, so you can get all the way up to this spot here without her breaking visual, so she could drop it up to there. So however you guys want to do it.
Rish, you pick. You've seen the most.
Yeah, because all those arrows were beyond the edge of my dark vision anyway. So
Well, this one here goes deeper in and had a chest of stuff in there and all the bear hides.
Like you could dive bomb as birds through the the covering if you wanted to just drop into that room.
Yeah, but then she wouldn't be able to dispel it off of us.
as soon as we lose line of sight, she can just drop it.
Yeah, she'll just drop it if it's line of sight thing. So you can go. I will say you can get into that room, and then she'll break it.
Eagle vision is very good. So
Of course, there were guards over here-ish.
Oh, we're fighting everybody. Don't worry about that.
yeah, let's just assume that as
There.
soon as we pop out of eagle form, we're just killing everyone.
So yeah, you'll dive bomb into this room and come out. I'm gonna roll on those guys' perception to see if they notice the birds flying into this.
To be
Or they
fair,
just
it's
think they're
like
birds?
pigeons flying past. To them.
Yeah, that's why they're gonna have some penalties. But
Yep.
yeah, they're not gonna notice. Their perception's garbage.
Yeah, I was more of making an argument to the guys, not you.
Yeah. So yeah, you're able to dive bomb in, and as soon as you go through the tarp, that Gork, even his bird, you can smell his bear fur.
Mm-hmm.
You just pop out, and you're in here covered, like the walls and floor are all covered in bear hides.
I mean, I don't like it, but to be fair, it's gonna probably kill everyone anyway. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna put resinous skin on Juan since I didn't say it earlier.
All good.
I mean,
And bark skin and long strider and magic fang.
this is probably the big push through this dungeon for us, isn't it, guys?
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll drink my bark skin potion that lasts for 120 minutes.
Yeah, we can't teleport out now, so we're pretty much in because we didn't dig a tunnel getting us in here.
Yes. Let's go find some
the-
dwarves and dig a tunnel.
Diggy hole.
Oh, I'll buff up too with blessed weapon, iron skin, and angelic aspect.
Iron skin's really short, isn't it?
It's a minute per level.
If you guys
I'll
have to
just
stop
put it
and-
out there.
Like the minute per level stuff, you have to stop and rest. It'll go away, but we're gonna go into initiative once you guys start exploring.
Okay.
So I think
I'll
down
put it-
here is where we came in the first time. And up here is some sort of.
Well, I'm
I'll
gonna
put it out,
throw some gravity bolts.
But if you have used magic device, I do have this wand of mirror images. So
Yeah,
Put
there's no risk to having it if you can use it. So
Yeah, pass it around. I mean, I can't use it, but you can pass it around to everyone else.
What is it?
a wand of mirror images. So if you have UMD or if it's a spell you can cast,
Yeah, I
you
don't.
can use it.
You should have UND as a paladin. You got high charisma.
Probably not.
Everyone's got it, but the point is if you're good at it or not.
No,
Yeah, what would you have to roll
Paladin
to
doesn't
make it
have-
work?
Paladin doesn't have UMD.
I believe
It's
it's
a level 1 spell.
I think wands are like, is it 20 plus the spell level or double the spell level?
Oh yeah, I can't. do that.
Wand
thought
is
it
a
was
flat 20.
Oh.
I've got a +3.
Okay. But I know Reese could use it if he wants to.
Oh, yeah, it's on my
And mirror images.
class list, so I don't even have to UMD it.
Yeah, so if you want to use a free use of a wand, well, not free, use a charge, but that way you
Yeah.
don't use a spell if you don't want to.
I guess. I mean, it's what?
Yeah, pop it on. Just extra.
There's no harm in having it.
Yep.
Save your good
My
one
next
until you actually
level,
find something big, I
All
guess.
of my skills will go into UMD, so I can. That's a great idea. Just
I
to have
guess,
a
but
fart.
what's the
A D4
actual
plus 1.
caster level of the?
D4 plus 1.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Was
It's just a basic wand. Hey.
Dude, look at that. There's pretty much no chance you can die now.
I will say,
Flashback.
before you cast these things, I'll say you can go ahead and look through the stuff that's in here, just to save you the effort of that, because I imagine you would know that and stuff. But looking through, there is a few things in here. Most of it's stuff that you wouldn't want. There's a preserved head of a frost giant. You see about 100 beards that have been tied together and neatly bundled and separated by color.
Wonder what those
Beards?
Yes.
Like dwarf beards?
Orc
Oh my god, this guy's the anti-Gorg.
Yeah.
You see broken bits and dented breastplates that don't really amount to much. Though what you do see is you see a collection of about 33 shields that are kind of lining the walls with the hides, and one of them emanates magic. And with your minimum roll, it is an arrow-catching heavy steel shield.
I
Nice.
can't use it, but someone might like it.
Fix?
And if not, it's possible to sell it.
Yeah. Nah,
Yeah.
I want to keep my bashing agile shield.
Gotcha.
Into the pack it goes.
Plus, my light shield lets me have a hand free for lay on hands.
Ah. I touch myself.
Please don't. You're in public.
I want you to love me.
Wait until we're off call, Coop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, bringing this down. It'll be Emmanuel first.
Lead the way.
Excellent. Hops on one. And down we slide.
Oh, you're going that way.
You're going that way.
Wait, there's another way?
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
through the furs this other way.
Yeah.
Can't see anything.
Yeah,
it's because it's blocked.
furs. It's a curtain.
Bye.
Curtain of fur.
Uh,
The fur.
Emmanuel looks at a lot.
I mean, if you want to go the other way, that's fine
Anything on the
too.
other side.
Tally-ho, motherfuckers.
Roar.
I like the image of Emmanuel shooting out the hole down the other way, and y'all like, what the fuck's he doing? All right, well, we're going this way. Nah, you know what? We'll just ride up on top of this table and let y'all lead the way.
That's probably a pile of furs, but that's
Yeah,
like a
pile
table.
of furs that are made of bed.
It's warm.
Affix quickly
Pile
through
of
the
furs.
fur.
It's like a different.
So
Oh my
she
god, I'm using that.
she would slip aside and try to stealth through the opening.
Pix, you lead the way. I'll tactically cover you. Pulls a bow taut.
So,
Do you have damage?
oh,
You guys should
I
be
forgot
healed
you
up.
said.
I copied these tokens and stuff, so
Okay.
just go ahead and re-heal yourselves.
So it's 25 to get here, 5 to get here, and I want to stealth move that way.
Okay.
That's my move in action.
You're gonna stay put there.
That's as far as I can move. Because isn't it half speed while sneaking?
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Okay.
double move is 30 feet.
Gotcha.
Oh, we're being sneaky?
Sneaky snake.
Yeah, I guess I'll pull it behind to fix it.
Gotcha. Split room.
Oh, tally ho!
He jumps off the other direction.
Knew I should have gone
Pudding
that way.
jumps out to the side. I'm back, bitches.
I really like that guy.
What are we walking so slow for?
I would like to roll acrobatics to no clip through the world.
Oh, you want to sneak? Gotcha.
I think that's more of a no exploit roll.
You see, when you take mythic levels, there's a no clip feat you can take.
Yep.
I joke, but there probably is something similar.
There's probably something. Is that not what the Earth Glide ability basically is?
Mm-hmm.
Just to show it so it can look like you get stuck in the wall and you just slowly phase into it.
Uh-huh.
Suddenly,
Here,
from out of the wall, you see your party member T-posing.
I took a 3-level dip in Speedrunner.
guys, if we're trying to sneak, we want me to cast Invisibility Sphere.
See, that would be a part of a plan.
I mean,
We
honestly,
don't have those.
I just don't know
Honestly.
why we're sneaking.
yeah, let's just go in there and start murdering. Like, they're gonna, as soon as we run into the first group, they're gonna all know we're here anyway. We might as well just cleave.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, Manny, are you waiting?
No, I can. Why hasn't y'all keep moving through?
So you are waiting.
The she-gnome's in the way. We're just arguing here and it's echoing like a motherfucker.
Fix just
I
shakes
feel
her
like
head
I should have to roll stealth for.
All right, I get
complaining.
the point. All right, no longer stealthing.
Mm-hmm.
In here,
And something see you.
I see
Yep.
it. It's 10.
Well, I would have rolled initiative, but you guys were being very loud.
I'm glad we didn't use an invisibility sphere there.
Yep. Oh man, that argument was great.
All right.
Oh, young red dragon. That's not good.
Oh cool, I'm gonna kill it.
Come back. I want to put up your protections.
Please let me try to take the spell off of it
And-
first.
Mm-hmm.
Fix will go full defense.
Okay. So it'll be after your turn. So they rolled perfectly for this.
Mm-hmm.
Crap. That was perfect.
This one is going to step back to here and throw a rock at you.
But Fix did get her protection from Mama Bear.
Did I?
Rock. Oh, missed you
Miss.
terribly. Also, I don't think your AC is 41 right now, is it?
I added 4 because full defense.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Stepping up.
Just gotta do the thing, isn't it?
Let's see. It's
I was supposed to just see a rock and then a pillar of fire.
I apparently forgot to make the macro, so I'll just tell you what the modifiers are, and I'll just roll it flat with the dice roller instead of
Okay.
typing it out.
A rock.
So
and a
this will
pillar?
be a plus 20 to hit.
Mm.
So 32, I believe, will miss. But that's all it can do as it came up there. Also, the other giant would have thrown a rock at you, too. I forgot
what
to do that.
What type of attack was it? Bite attack or something?
Yes.
Okay.
And this other one throws a rock at you and misses, so.
Okay.
Reese.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Quick, seduce the
I'm
dragon.
very
Dunk it.
You
I mean,
come here often?
Unlike Emmanuel and the Giantess, it's actually less impossible for her.
Lizard magnetism. I have it in here. Okay, no I don't. I'm gonna go ahead and upcast Dispel Magic at the, or Greater Dispel Magic at the thing. So that is going to take a 1d20.
You have to remind me of did I roll against that or do you just roll against something?
It's me rolling against 11 plus the caster level of the spell.
Gotcha.
Are you going to tap a hero point ahead of time?
Yeah,
to add 8
I
to
was
it?
going to say, I was just about to say that. So that'll be 12 plus 2 plus 8 total against whatever the 11
It
plus
doesn't
caster
matter with
level
a
is.
41.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see some magic dissipate from the dragon. And you just see the dragon kind of like clear its eyes for a second and look around like, do you speak Draconic?
Yes, I do.
You just hear in Draconic, motherfucker! And that's going to be a thing that will resolve on its turn.
Ironically, that's the same as common.
No, you see, it's in Draconic, but when it comes out and translated in common, it just says fuck your mother. It's backwards. But it is Pledrum's turn.
All right, move aside, everyone. They call me the Dragon Whisperer.
Yes.
You say as you antagonize the last one.
Where
By
is he?
taking his gold.
He's over there.
Oh, there he is. I was looking the wrong direction. All right. Popping a hero point for a +8.
Hey, man.
He's probably going to try to charm the dragon himself now.
For the break enchantment, right?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
he just did that.
Yeah, he just did that.
Oh, who just did that?
Reese just dispelled it.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, sure. Let's do a charm monster.
No, it's canon now. You just
No. I'm still popping the hero point. Actually, I don't think I fucking can for charm monster. Sadly, to do anything.
You can always try just a flat diplomacy.
Can
I
play
mean,
a
if you want
song.
to try to do a charm monster, that's completely possible.
Oh, I think I am going to. I don't think it's going to be very successful, but it's a thing you always got to do as a bard, right? You always got to try to charm the dragon first.
Let's see if
Absolutely.
that is-
Oh yeah.
It just feels right. So
I think
This
you
is
earn
true.
a hero point back from doing it.
That is a failure.
Boom.
Hell
so
yes.
This dragon is now charmed by Pledrum.
A sign appears around its neck that says "Under new management."
He's like, motherfucker! And he looks over at Pledrum as the magic fizzles around him. He's like, you're all right. You want to help me
Get
kill
out
these
of my
giants?
head! Get out of my head! Pledrum shows up in his head. Yeah, get out of his head! Get out of his head!
Like, hey, want to help me kill these giants?
I thought you'd never ask.
But
Yes,
he's
let's
now
go.
charmed by the Pledrum.
Tell him we're your friends.
Oh, it lasts 1 day per level too. That's great. It's just gonna hang out with us the entire time. And you see, what's extra good is because normally, like, Charm Monster in this would be like, it wouldn't attack its allies, but already hated those giants, so it's just fully on our team.
Right?
Yeah.
A day per level.
I wasn't paying complete attention. Didn't know Reach there.
Just be
took my
careful of
bit.
AoE effects.
Didn't know Reach there took my bit, but Pledrum's always got to come up
I'm
with,
gonna.
with a way to even surprise himself.
Well, I mean, there is another one, so I only memorized one Greater Dispel.
I'm
So-
not. I'm
all right.
double moving to get here, so I can get closer to those giants. But that's my entire.
So that
turn.
means I got even 2 chances.
I
I'm gonna-
will swift action Earth Child style.
No worries. As
So-
Gork's turned the corner, he just looks over at Pledrum like, do I eat this one?
No.
Aw.
That-
The Giants.
Eat the giants.
I'm gonna
friend.
rip off
Manuel.
their heads and shit down their necks. I say as I'm running.
Okay, he's fine.
Yeah.
Oh my. Alright, this is just to get a view. Don't see any giants. So I'm gonna move that. Whoa! Why did wine come with me?
I just
Stay
like
back there, boy.
I like the idea that after this dungeon, the dragon just stays cool with us.
Oh yeah, because evil dragons are totally known to be cool.
I mean, if we keep magic roofing it, it will.
Head down here, take a pot shot at that dragon. Right, shit.
I would
Not
argue
dragon. I meant
Giant.
Giant. Okay.
Giant, thank
like
you.
we
Thank
just
you.
Oh,
it.
no, God.
leave the dragon alone. He's
Put a
a
wall of
shot.
fire.
trusted ally.
We're not with him.
Fuck that guy and his snake too. All right. Single shot. Vital strike. Can you do as a standard? I'm drawing a dumbass
Yeah.
blank.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like it's only as a standard.
Okay.
that will hit. 30
And
points
then
damage.
tell Juan to move back here. Guard the rear.
Gotcha. Afixa.
Does the dragon recognize me as an ally of sorts so I could move through?
It recognizes Pledrum as an ally. You are indifferent towards him right now. He is interested in giants.
Excuse me, sorry, don't mind me. She would try to
Pledrum,
move
tell him
around.
we're your friends.
Is that okay?
Yeah, he doesn't stop you.
Okay.
We are friends, not food.
And I think Vix will go up a little bit further to get eyes on this tunnel. Is there something?
It is
in the way?
blocked.
Oh, okay.
They caved in this tunnel.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I see where we're at now.
You still going there?
Oh, that's why we had map on this layer.
Yeah.
No. I think I'll stop here. Here.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Tucked in corner away.
Can you see
There.
where Pledrum died? Is there like a chalk line?
They're both going to go for you. Actually, they'll be like right here. Could they have reach?
You might want to watch your mouth over there, Emmanuel. I have a dragon on my side right now.
And
Nope,
what I was
neither of them
thinking.
hits. Natural 6 on both of those. This guy is going to just step on down. And he's going to breathe fire, and it will hit you too, Afixa.
Mhm.
Because he does not care.
Right.
Still the energy resistance, so it's not
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a reflex for days.
Let's see, that is 8d10.
Jesus, Michael Jordan over there jumps up and grabs the roof.
So half of this, and it's reduced by your. I think protection is the one that has just a flat.
It has a separate hit
protection.
point. Yeah.
Oh, is that the separate hit point one?
Yeah.
Okay, it's resist energy that I was thinking of that has like the DR of element.
Yeah.
And the other two stone giants will need to make some reflexes.
Yeah, I find protection is just almost always better.
Yeah.
That
They both actually do pass, but they'll still take half of that, which is 23. As they now are just realizing, since they didn't speak Draconic, that this dragon is no longer on their side. And they
Oh, no.
are
They
are starting to shit bricks, but it is Risha's turn.
Mhm.
Also, does not get his breath back for 2 turns.
So just whip out the magic missile at the north one. 6, 11, 13, 17 damage.
Against which one?
The north one, top of the two.
Oh, are you trying to topple him too?
No. The
Gotcha.
top of the two.
Gotcha. Okay. Takes him. He's still up. He still has their meat sponges
yeah.
for days.
Yeah, no, I didn't expect it to kill him that easily, but
Pledrum,
didn't
you're up.
also think of using anything stronger at the moment.
Just to be clear, Gork, I'm counting all the giants of dragon kills as mine.
Ah, you cheating bastard. Guess I just have to kill him faster.
I have to kill fast, but bullets too slow.
I will run up here, inspire courage, and anything I can. Old favorite, blistering invective on these giants over here.
Let's see. Reflex for the first one. Reflex for the second one. Why do I roll good on their reflexes but not on their attacks?
I mean, to be fair, I think even if it was an attack, still wouldn't have worked.
They're still demoralized though.
Yep, and they will take 1d10 points of fire damage.
Just Pledrum coming up from behind. I am the dragon fucker.
Well, it depends. Is it a boy dragon or a girl dragon?
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to tell. You'll have to get a look
You're
at his
a fucking
cloaca.
giant lizard. Does it really matter at this point?
Listen, I'm fine to exit the humanoid category so long as it's not gay.
I have standards.
Yes.
Wait a minute.
Alright.
Is that you saying that Cal was a boy? I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
That's
I'm gonna charge this giant here. So +2 to the attack roll on this bear claw.
Makes me hungry every time.
I know.
That hit. 25 points of damage.
He's still up. That's your turn.
Yeah, that's all I can do.
I wasn't sure if you were trying to like grab him or anything.
It would only really make it worse for me at the moment.
Gotcha.
all right. You've got Blood for the Empire.
Yeah.
All right, so Deadly Aim, Bane Arrow, and I forgot that I had put up Gravity Bow earlier when we all said we'd do the 1 minute ones.
Which one are you hitting?
That one in the front plus Bane Arrow damage, 4 more.
Rob me of my ability to full attack. I see how it is.
I like y'all's kill stealing.
I mean, that thing's still up though. Brings us to Fixa.
Don't worry, it's just a little arrow.
Alright, Fix will step up and full attack. Starting with this one, then transitioning forward if I kills him.
Gotcha.
1 sec. Okay.
Oh my god, look at all those green.
Secrets do auto confirm.
Still? I thought it was only when you smite.
No, it's Bless Weapon is a spell.
Gotcha. Well, he's dead.
And they linger if.
It took the ones that hit him.
Okay. Would the shield.
The shield would go over and hit the other one, but he's still up.
Okay.
Come on, run, dude. Run for it. You know you want to run.
I mean, yeah, he wants to run, so you do your thing.
Yeah. A bear claw. A bear claw.
A dead. Probably. Yeah.
63 damage.
Well, since we're approaching 8 o'clock, I will leave it there as you all have begun your descent into the caves proper with now a new dragon in tow, possibly.
Yeah, I pull my bloodied claws out of this giant, turn back to Pledrum. I'm like, that's one!
So with your third little tracker there, are you going to start tracking kills?
Yes, I will.
Absolutely.
All right, that's what the red circle is. Please don't delete, Richard. So I'm at 1.
You can just put it on your third bar. You don't have that for anything.
That's what I'm doing. That's
Yeah.
what I said, though.
Gotcha.
The red circle, the third bar is, yeah.
Gotcha.
And yes,
All right, so there's still another one of these dragons walking around, right?
so Pledrum's trying to run the numbers as if he gets the second dragon charmed, then he'd have 2 dragons, and then he can have them start strafing around the camps. That'll start adding up to his score.
Look, I'm just saying, it lasts a day,
Yeah.
Lasts a day per
If
level.
we have some time left over with her, I mean, there are ethical issues for sure, but
A day per level. You've got that guy as your best friend for 12 days.
I mean, they're a dragon. Really, they're taking advantage of me here.
Wait a minute, does that mean that Frost Giant up top that we charmed on our last attack is still Team Pledrum?
All right, so
Possibly.
and 2 more questions. If he charmed the dragon, thereby taking it out of combat, does that count as a kill?
No.
I assume no from Gork. And then second
it does
question.
not count as a kill because he's letting all the kills from the dragon count as his kills. I think
If
that's more than fair.
Yeah.
If a bard charms the dragon, is it assaulting the dragon if you come onto it, make it shapeshift, and have sex with it?
Yes. That's like if someone's drunk. If
I
it's
mean,
with magic.
I'm
and not
asking if it's moral or not, but is it going to ruin the charm monster? Does it get
Probably not the
another
spell.
save? Does it get another save to resist Pledrum coming onto it?
No, it does not, but it does count as a kill.
So, my first Pathfinder 2nd edition character will be Pledrum Jr., a draconic sorcerer.
Somewhere Bill Cosby said, "No, that's fine."
God.